chosen few. From the shadows we rise with the rarest finds. Collect them, respect them, we're one of a kind. Toyleet, reign the streets, elite with defeats in this collectible feast. Toyleet, never the street, we're the heart of the beat, where all playmates meet. Check our stacks, our collection supreme. Limited editions, every collector's dream. We're the myths, we're the legends, with every drop taking over the block, we never stop. In the alleys where the echoes play, Toyleet's the name, hear what we say. Rising, thriving, always thriving. In our realm we're always thriving. Toyleet, reign in the street, the lives Toyleet, setting the pace. With a snap of the case and a click of the lock, Toyleet's on top and we're ready to rock. Collecting more than just toys, we're up. We're up. We're up. Toyleet, never the street, we're the heart of the beat, where all playmates meet. We're the tree, we're the Toyleet, what's the throw? Cause in this zone, we never admit defeat. Come for the thrill, stay for the chase. Toyleet's in the place, set in the pace.
What is up, everybody? As you can see, Travis is not here today. He is actually out traveling for some his day job. So I have these two fine gentlemen who agreed to join me for tonight's festivities. Oz from Ostradamus Toys and the one only Aaron Paints Toy Samples. How's everybody doing today?
Doing good, brother. Doing good. Glad to be here.
All right.
Excellent. Excellent.
Although my chin, I shaved it Monday, and it still feels weird.
It feels cold, doesn't it?
It's not that it's cold. It's just weird. I mean, I left the soul patch. I left the soul patch because I just couldn't bring my heart to do that, to go that far. But it's 90% gone, and it feels fucking weird. I've had a goatee for 25 years.
I've had a goatee except for maybe 2 weekends since I left the service in 1996. So yeah, I get that feeling.
So yeah, it's just weird. I'll get used to it, or I won't. Or I'll throw it back in and be done.
I keep my goatee because otherwise I remind myself of my mother, and I don't really like her very much.
That's a good reason to make sure that you keep a beard.
Well, I sent a pic to my best friend, and she was like, "Yeah, you look 10 years younger." I was like, "Great."
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know.
I don't know in her case.
Yeah.
So that's why I stopped shaving a while ago. I don't really do it. I will say I did shave last year.
Yeah, you remember you had
that around February. Yeah, I ended up shaving it all off for a brief bit, and then I said, "Nope, I'm not doing it again." Yeah. The beard is here to stay.
You do look like you're like 15.
Yeah.
When you
I
shave
do. I look young as hell, but you can see all the little pot marks in my face right along here, little shrapnel bits.
I mean, you can see my lip scar where I split my lip in half on a Bowflex. Remember how they said they're not supposed to snap?
Yeah.
This was when they had those elastic bands.
Well, they said
lie.
it's not supposed to snap, but then they say it's got elastic bands, which proves that to be a false statement.
Yeah.
Elastic will give out after time, no matter what.
One fly to the face, later, split lip, 7 stitches in my mouth.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, hop in to see who's here with us, and then we can move on with the stuff. We have Roll Keeper here, who is first. He says, hello, let's go. And Nolan says hi to me and Travis, but Travis isn't here. Asked about the Laurel and Hardy figures on Kickstarter. Yeah, those look really, really good. And then he says hello to you too, also.
Oh, I appreciate it, Nolan. Thank you.
And then we got the Fat Red Foo in here. He says hello to everybody. And our good buddy, Joe G's in the house. What's up, Joe?
Joe.
And
Clubhouse alum.
all is in the chat right now. That's a nice, easy chat for us.
Got to give a special thank you to Joe. He came through for me, a couple weeks back, or actually a couple of months back now, when the Gods of Egypt came out. I was trying to get an all-in, but you guys know that fell on like an off-pay week. I wasn't able to grab it myself. I asked a couple people to help out, and there was some concern over whether or not they'd actually be able to get an all-in quick enough. So Joe was the one who hooked me up with the figures at the time. And then when he was going through, because you know how Joe is, turns out he had ordered multiple all-ins of the Gods of Egypt anyway. So I got an extra pin set and I got the mug anyway. Joe, thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I sent Terrence off that headpiece today.
Oh, for the snow serpent? Serpent?
Awesome. Yeah, he hit me up yesterday. He was like, could you use your influence to see if anybody has an extra snow serpent
I don't know about influence. I mean, I had an extra one because I used the cape for my custom figure. So
well, see, I was like, I don't know if anybody still has any, because I was doing all I could to get one of those, and you had sent me mine. So I'm glad you were able to help.
I mean, when I was buying a lot of figures, I had 5 snow serpents. So
I always bound to have a few.
I kept that on the main guy that I consider the officer. So the rest of them take it.
Perfect. I was gonna put it on. I was gonna put it on Snake Eyes. Just be like, he got a little too cold.
Poor Timber.
Poor Timber.
Poor Timber.
He wouldn't stop working.
Yes. Food was running scarce,
That's right.
and
got
he
hungry
needed
and
to
cold.
eat, got a little cold. So
Yeah,
I mean, he did famously get irradiated for a while. So
that's true. That's true. They kind of had that little electric buzz around him for a while.
That's right.
So Henri Yu's here. What's up, Henri Yu? Thanks for coming in. And
Appreciate
Matthew Matson's here. He says Joe is a great dude and came through for him also.
That's right.
And this guy here says, hello, friends. Payne, you're looking good, brother.
There we go.
And Joe G says he's always happy to help. And yes, he is. Joe helped me get the skeleton army builder that I needed. So Joe is a good guy. So
it's true. We got a lot of good people out there. A lot of
we
great
do.
friends. I know, Ted, I expect to get some of your DNA by Friday at 9 p.m. I just ordered the Viper from Helidope Toys.
Yeah.
And that should be coming in the next couple days. I expect it to be licked, Ted. And I know you won't let me down.
Nope. My stinger's coming in from them. Should be here Friday.
Yeah, that went UPS,
Nice.
so that's probably took a couple extra days more than normal.
Yeah, it's UPS.
Yeah.
They are what they are. Let's
So-
hope it doesn't. Hope UPS doesn't do the usual UPS thing and the box comes in.
I'll
Did you
say
get
this, though. UPS still better than FedEx.
Yes, absolutely.
No,
100%.
no, they're all better than DHL.
Well, this is true.
Everybody.
Pray to God you don't get anything DHL.
The only time I ever get DHL is when I order international.
Yeah. No, I've gotten it from Big Bad Toy Store.
Big Bad uses DHL too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And the problem with Big Bad is they use DHL for shipping, and then they ship it to the local post office, who then delivers it. So that creates like an extra day or two or delay. Also, on top of the fact that it sits in Stowe, Ohio, for 2 or 3
Who knows
days.
how long exactly?
Yeah,
I decided
forever.
to break down and order a plunderling, thanks to Thanos, and all of his fun that he's having with his plunderling. So I haven't had one yet, so I wanted to try him. So I ordered one last week from that other Big Bad store, and got my shipping notice on Friday. This morning I checked, and on Friday it was just the label has been created, in the track.
Yeah.
So today I checked,
Typical.
and it says processing. Hasn't shipped, hasn't left the building yet. It's still processing. I'm like, come on.
They've been that way lately. It's one of those annoying
Because
things.
somebody's got it sitting in a box, they just haven't taped it shut
Right,
yet.
exactly.
It
What's
takes
up,
like
Dublin?
5 days to process and get your shit
Yeah,
out.
it's
Eh,
ridiculous.
well, I
And
try
it's going to go to Stowe, Ohio, and sit there for 2 or 3 days before it
Yeah.
finally decides to go to the local post office for a
I
day.
honestly like lately. I've just been avoiding BBTS altogether
do
unless
too.
I have to.
Exactly, it's an unless I have to moment.
Yeah. I usually I looked on and I don't even like going to eBay, but I looked on eBay first for the plunderlings. And they were all, going for, some of them were regular market price and some of them were a little, outlandish. But BBTS had a sale on the one that I got.
They did, yeah.
The basic one was like $35. I got it for 29. So I mean, I basically got it shipped for the price of what it was. So
Yeah, Carol K-Roll was sending me links because there were a couple of them on sale, and I was like, I can't buy them right now. I can't buy them. I say I can't buy those right now, but then I turn around and I buy Vipor. Well, that's because I did some spending this weekend. Plus, I keep trying to put some money aside because Legion's Con.
Yeah, you got Legion's Con coming up.
It's going to be a very, very expensive weekend.
Yeah,
very expensive.
Well, you got at least 200, right? If you're going for all of the exclusives.
I've got 2 exclusive 2-packs, and to be honest, I really only. Oh, thank you, Larry. We appreciate it. So appreciate.
We're not worthy.
Humble.
We're not worthy.
Mr. 5K himself.
And Joe is talking about the figure obscura that's possibly going to hit next week too.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So in the Let's Go Off-World 2.0 group chat, somebody brought it up today that it could be this week. And I was like, oh no, not this week. Please, next week.
Yeah.
Just next week. If it could wait 1 week, that'll be fine. But then somebody dropped in the chat and they mentioned, Headless Horseman came out October 1st, 2022. And then last year we got Mask of the Red Death on September 23rd. So yeah, we're literally talking like this week or next week.
Yeah.
It would be right on time for their schedule because then they'll release the next one closer to Legion's Con.
Well, they always do it on a Friday, right? They drop it on
They
Friday.
tease it Friday and then they drop it on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because they want me to go live early for the second drop, so they specifically do it on Saturdays because they knew I couldn't go live if they did it on Fridays. That's exactly what it is. They do it just.
So chances are it'll probably be next Friday, the 27th, is what I'm going to guess.
My fingers are really crossed, but if we get
the 23rd is Monday and the 30th is a Monday, so
is the following Monday.
Well, and then the other thing, you'll get the retailer exclusive of that same figure in a different color that you may like more than the.
I'm curious as to what
like I like the red Krampus better than the black Krampus, and the golden Sun Wukong just takes that amazing figure that it already is and just takes it to another level. And then
Jacob
the biggest
Marley's
one
glow
of
in
all,
the dark.
Yeah, Jacob Marley, we got glow in the dark, and even Headless Horseman itself, like they took what was a damn near perfect figure to me already and made it perfecter.
He's not ready, but he'll buy a few anyway. Beg, borrow, or steal.
That's right, Joe. That's look, Joe's the one who came in clutch last year to help me out, make sure that I stayed flush on 100% figure obscure until they announced all the retailers.
Go break some legs, charge.
I wish I could still get paid for that. I mean, I thought about it a couple times. I used to collect for PayPal. I'm sure other people.
It's that time of year, Matthew. We got
talk
Halloween
to Guido,
coming.
see if he needs some enforcement.
And Christmas coming. So,
you
think the Christmas one is going to be related to the Christmas Carol again, or you think they're going to go somewhere else this year?
Honestly, I really feel that they're going to stick with the Christmas story theme because of the way they ended off the little booklet, the comic.
Booklet.
And there's a lot of other figures they can still do from that, right? We can get a Scrooge.
Yeah.
We've got, ghosts of Christmas past.
It'd be nice to see like a 2-pack of like Scrooge with maybe the Ghost of Christmas past was the small one, right? And then
I think I'd rather see a 2-pack of Scrooge and now I'm brain farting on his.
Goes to Christmas Future.
No, I was thinking
Oh.
just standard. His not because we know Marley was his old business partner, but
Right.
a 2-pack of Scrooge and what's his face?
Yeah.
Timmy's dad.
Yep. I've drawn a
Timmy,
blank
Timmy?
too. Jesus.
Like
Bob
I can't think.
Cratchit?
Yes,
Bob
thank
Hatch.
you.
Yes.
Yes,
Thanks,
you.
Aaron.
I could not space
Yeah.
it because I kept trying to say Marley every time I
Yeah.
said it. And
Always
it's
got to
no,
keep you
that's
guys
not
on
it.
track. You know, that's how
I
I roll.
appreciate you.
How you doing, Christine?
Christine, what's going on?
Yeah. That'd be a good 2-pack too. Scrooge and
Yeah,
And Bob.
do Cratchit together. Do the
Yep.
both of them together, and then do like a 3-pack for all the ghosts.
yeah, you could easily do that.
It'd be
'Cause
expensive,
ultimately, you could take a Red Death and put a hood on it and make it close to Christmas Future because it's basically
Yeah, you give it like
You need do Necronominus. Just put him in a full cloak that comes
Yep.
over his body and face.
Right.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
it.
Perfect for that one. That's all the parts. They don't have to do anything but have it remolded and pay for a cape.
exactly.
Yeah,
But
and Joe said Cratchit too. Thanks,
there
Joe.
it is.
Travis is missing his own show again. Well, he said he's out working, Punk, but he's probably on another family vacation or something since that's all he ever does.
Must be nice.
Vacations?
Still
I
waiting
had
on
one
my
in
Hexus,
2008.
right?
Yep.
Closest
That
thing I
wasn't even a vacation. It was a week-long residency. The ex, my daughter and my son got to go to Disneyland. Well, I got to do work.
How you doing, bud?
He's already missed out.
I am. No, sorry. I'm doing good now that I packed up Oz's Battle Cats. I opened up the mine that I'm now painting, so I'm doing anti-Eternia Battle Cat.
Nice.
Very nice.
Got the whole kind of cat painted. Got the red stripes on them. I got the armor painted. Now I'm just kind of filling in parts I missed, and then I'm going to go over with the white to do the little teeth and the eyes, and probably try to brush a little around his chin and on his chest.
If you need another plain Battle Cat Bud for a custom, I've got another one sitting over here, still in the box.
I currently have 3. I mean, I wouldn't mind another one. Like, I want to do Anti-Eternia Battle Cat. I want to do Copycat or,
Yeah,
Super
yeah.
Cat.
I still kind of
And
want
then
one
I
of those.
want to, yeah, and then I want to do, I'll redo the Battle Panther. But I wouldn't mind another one to, or if you want me to paint one for Yaz, you can send it to me. But
Okay.
I want one for Wonder. Now, I'm not going to do the thing where it's like, people paint the cat brown and give it black stripes. I want to do the full black panther, kind of like the Tarzan version. And
Okay.
the saddle, I want to do do that in brown, but maybe paint it to where it kind of looks like leather.
Oh yeah,
Since
that'd be
it's being, older battle cats.
That would be really
One.
cool, yeah.
And I would love to get some fake fur, kind of in a light tan, and not put it over, but I want to put it under the armor.
Well, I was kind of thinking almost like make it look like a more natural color, like something like kind of like a saber-tooth tiger, and getting some clay and making like actual saber teeth for it.
That's another idea, and I do got some. I got a 2-part epoxy putty. I haven't opened, and then I have my milliput, which I'm starting to run a little low on, but I still got plenty. I mean, I got plenty to use, but yeah.
the teeth,
by
teeth
the
wouldn't
way,
take that much anyway if you did a couple little teeth.
Yeah,
so
just make them a little longer.
when I take the package in tomorrow to mail it, it's not fully taped yet because I kind of ran out of tape, and probably enough my dog ate the rest. Don't ask.
So that's BBTS's problem too, is they got dogs running around there eating the tape.
Eating the tape.
That's the problem.
I'm gonna have them finish taping it, but since it's still kind of open, that cloth cloak I have for my uh, Skeletor for the God, my brain's dead. Stranger Things.
And specifically, they're
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know
yeah.
that tattered purple cape. Now you have that 2-pack, right?
Yeah, I got that 2-pack.
Do you want me to slip that cape in? I can easily make a second.
Yeah, sure, definitely. You
And
know, I'm
then
talking soft goods.
have you seen the 3-part cloak I made for Lady Slither?
No, I don't think I did.
So it's a normal purple cape that just goes over her neck hole. Then
Right.
there's an over the shoulder part.
Inherited that. It's a big
Sorry, you'll hear into the back of she's playing baby if I'm kind of trying to be quiet. But there's a part that goes over the shoulder and around the back that goes on top of the cloak. Then there's another piece to tuck her hair into. It's kind of like a hood, but it doesn't really work when it's up. But when the hood's down, it looks really cool. I'll send you some pictures later. But if you want that one too, I'll pack that one. And then just for fun, because I feel like maybe I should whenever I send a package out to someone, I'm going to send out a set of coffee creamer seals.
It wouldn't
And
be a complete package from Bud
That's
without
right.
the
Wouldn't be a
coffee.
package without a
says they'll be all white. You can either put it if you have mouse jaws, Slamurai. Looks really good on Snout Spout and a few other characters if it's just white.
Okay.
But
Well,
I'll
I got some
send that
goods
with,
over here, and I'm actually
Okay.
starting to get an area where I can work. So I'm definitely going to be trying my hand at some painting very soon.
Then one other thing I kind of wanted to be surprised, but I also kind of want to tell you because like me, that painted demon skull that I did when I was
Yeah.
filming that one day. Yeah, I'm sending that to you too.
What? No friggin' way.
Yeah.
Damn, Bud.
Well, dude, like Oz has always done so much for me, and now that I finally get a chance to send something to him, I'm shoving everything I can into that box.
Wait till
Well, you
this
might as well make
one-
shipping the box worth it anyway, right? But
Huh?
so you might as well make shipping the box worth it since it costs so
Right.
damn much to ship stuff nowadays.
So
Oz,
wait until this
that
shows
should be
up.
done.
That Saturday's Clubhouse is just going to be called Bud's Huge Package.
That's right.
I hope it gets there by Saturday. I mean, but it
We
will.
know how shipping goes these days.
Yeah.
It can show up anywhere between Friday and next Thursday.
Yeah.
Even if you pay
Oh,
for
yeah.
the next day's shipping.
So real quick, we're gonna have Oz go through the Mythic Legion Army Builder thing, but let's pop this up real quick for Nolan's sake here, since Nolan shows up in everybody's chat and he was mentioning.
I was going to say, I have it brought up too if you want.
You got more pictures in this one?
I picked, or basically, it's just the post that he sent to us from Wandering Planet Toys.
All right, I'll let you
where
bring
it's-
that up. So right now they're at 15,939. So with 30
What's the
days to
goal?
go, so it just started. The goal is 40,000.
Oh, they'll get it.
Oh yeah, they're almost halfway there already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Oz, I'll let you present if you got some more pictures.
Well, I mean, it's basically just their Instagram here.
Yep.
And it's funny too because Lone Dragon just shared this with me as well. But so these are the people. They've also done, as you can see, some other figures right here. I know I was actually really looking into the Nancy Drew stuff because my aunt is a big Nancy Drew fan. And just the overall packaging, how they made it look like a book, I thought was really cool. And, I was talking to her like, I'd really like this. These were really pricey though. But here we go. They're starting to get into the whole Laurel and Hardy thing here. And I got to say, this is awesome because I love Laurel and Hardy. I grew up watching their stuff and just made me laugh my butt off. So that is so
public domain.
They look so good.
Right?
Yeah, I love their Babes in Toyland especially did. It was like the one with her and Mother Goose and all that. That's a great show.
Yeah, so I mean that's really all they got right here at the Wandering Planet Toys at their website.
Yeah.
But you see these guys are no strangers. They've done some projects before. They've done some really good stuff.
Yeah, they did a good job with them for sure, Nolan. No doubt about that. So they look. They have the likenesses are spot on. So I mean,
Yeah. See, and this, I mean, I haven't checked out the website because I'm just finding out about this, but this is the kind of work they did on, again, the Nancy Drew figures that they were working on coming out. And like that presentation is amazing. So like if we can expect that same level for Laurel and Hardy, I mean, this is really a no-brainer to any big fan. Oh, look, we got some Eagle Force sitting here in the background too, Ed.
Nice.
Yeah. So there we go. But I'm all for it. If you guys aren't already following Wandering Planet Toys, they're just at Wandering Planet Toys on IG. Definitely go check these guys out. And we got to get the link for that Kickstarter too.
Oh, yeah. If you want to drop it in the private chat, Oz, I will throw
Gotcha.
it in the regular
On
chat.
it now.
Yeah, I just started. I think Wandering Planet Toys followed me earlier today, and I followed them back. So good stuff. Aaron, have you gotten any pickups lately?
Just this.
What's
Got
that? Let me
this
see.
Saturday. The Twilight Guard and the
Oh, yeah.
Commander.
Yeah, that's a nice looking set.
Twilight Guard looks great. I like the purple.
Did you find it locally or did you get delivered?
No, I had it delivered.
Nice.
I ordered it directly. I got after the whole wreckage disaster debacle where I ended up paying, way too much. I was just like, screw it. I'll just pre-order the exclusives. Any of the rest of the figures I pick up, one or two a month.
I just saw today that BB ended up dropping a whole bunch of Hasbro exclusives. They must have grabbed up the leftovers.
Probably.
A ton of them.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
So
So Oz, let me show you what my one special pickup is real quick before we jump into Four Horsemen stuff, because this is related to Four Horsemen. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready. Oh, yeah, there it is. And it's shipped too, huh?
Yep.
Dude, man. That is amazing.
Now you just need 4 horsemen to make a spaceship.
Right?
Already on it. And they came with a hose, so that's even better. Which is
because how many of those are still hanging around, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. Absolutely awesome. And I can't wait. I cannot wait for that Cosmic Legions figure to hit.
I know, me neither. What great toys these things were.
Man, it still looks just as fun as it was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I love it. Absolutely love that. Well, I talked a little bit about it on Clubhouse, but since I was in the dark, I didn't get to show it off. This week, I failed at toy edging.
Yeah,
well, I was going to open them Saturday, but then I didn't.
You're welcome.
Really go live Saturday, so I failed. And so I got the Turtles of Grayskull Hordak, and I did some pop and swap to make him look more like a Filmation Hordak. So he's got the little arm ooze cannon, that more Filmation style head with the proper mohawk. Popped the old armor and cape off of the vintage toy and did a boot swap because the black and the red. And then I just took the leftover pieces and put them on the vintage Hordak. So now he's got this real gray and silver. Almost looks kind of like he's got a flight suit going.
Yeah.
I love these wings, and there is a lot of detail they did not paint on these wings.
Yeah, I cannot wait to get those wings. I am going to get
and you'll have one chance, too, because the Ninja from Turtles of Grayskull is getting them as well.
And you could also, on those hinges, glue some magnets on the back of them.
Yeah.
You'd have to put some pretty strong ones on there, but they would probably be able to hold it.
Right, be able to
hold it off of your shelf, your metal shelf.
So, yeah, definitely. I can put them right on the. And then another Mandalorian for the collection popped up at Ollie's. I grabbed Axe Wolves.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yep, he popped up this weekend at Ollie's, so can't beat it for $10. It's another Mandalorian for my group of Mandos. And I did pick up one last thing, but this is not for me since I found out that our good friend, highly articulated Adam, was collecting the 3.75 Hammond collection figures. He wanted like each of the main characters. So I had an Alan Grant already from before. I picked him up Malcolm while I was there because again, it's like $4. So
Yeah.
grab him when I can see him.
It's nice when Ollie's gets the $5 Joes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I picked up 3 Crimson Guards, an extra Zorana, and 2 Dusties, and it was like $35. And I was like,
Very nice.
that's price of one figure, and I got 5. So
Well, I just saw somebody posted that Naugahyde got put on clearance at their
Target does their clearance weird. I mean, generally they do it seasonally, so usually you get a figure that's sitting there for about 6 weeks, especially the big ones.
Yeah. Well,
because they know it's not
coming
coming
into Christmas is coming up too.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be on the lookout.
And they got 2 deluxe figures coming in.
Yep.
Yeah.
They've got Road Pig and they've got Raptor. So they're making space on their shelves for those. And they already did the Tripwire and Roadblock Tiger Force ones. They were clearanced first.
I didn't even see those guys hit.
Yeah.
I have seen Naugahyde out there, and I just kind of passed on it. Not that I'm playing, clearance chicken with these, but it's not a main line that I collect.
Yeah. I picked it up for $21. I had a $19 gift card, and
right, yeah. Whenever you got the gift card, always.
And I got 20% off, and then I got another 5% off, so it ended up being like $21.99. So it was like getting it on clearance.
Yeah, and that's about the same price that I saw they had on the clearance tag for Naugahyde. But getting pork belly and getting that monkey.
Yabo.
Yeah.
I can't not go for that price.
Yeah. I almost, if I find one, I may have to get one because I want the body and the vest because I have a custom in mind. I just have to find a shield that I can use for it.
Okay, yeah. All right.
I posted some pics of this too, as you guys saw.
Biker Mice from Mars.
And what bike is that you're using with that?
Oh, this is a Maisto, or however you say it. Yeah.
They're always
a little small for
the
a little small for him.
Small for 112.
The Batman movie,
More straight for female figures, but not male figures.
Pattinson Batman.
This bike, I got this bike from Hell of a Dope too, which works great.
Yeah.
I have my Ghost Rider is riding that bike.
Yeah. They also have that other one that is like the one that Bud's talking about from the Batman movie. That works pretty good too. But
there's 2 different motorcycles.
Yeah. I just picked that one up because I think I got shipped for like $15 or something on Amazon.
Nice.
Something like that.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
No.
Even if it's just for something to sit on and it's in background stuff, it's it's big enough for that. But it's actually going to be for one of my Mezcos anyway, so they're a little.
Well, I mean, if you use a female figure fits on it, because my Zorana is on one of those.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Well, she was, and now she's on the Dreadnought colored Ground Ripper.
Oh,
got it. Yeah.
All right, Oz, if you want to run through the Mythic
here.
Armory Builder.
Yeah, you want to pop that up on screen there?
Yes, sir.
All right. So last week they teased about, they technically, when they gave us the floor plan of Legion's Con, they had this little section called the Armory that was in the Legion's storefront that they're going to be doing. And everybody was speculating what it could possibly be. Then at IshCon, we got a little preview of this guy right here, the Green Knight. So they had that, and they had another Green Knight on display at IshCon, but they didn't say where they were or what they were about, and it got a lot of buzz. And so as it comes out, these are going to be, or this is what's going to be known as the Legion's Armory Experience. It's going to be an event that's exclusive to Legion's Con, where basically think Build-A-Bear, but in this instance with a knight. So you've got 4 different color choices. As you can see, you've got red, green, gunmetal, and purple. And they give you 5 different helmet styles in each of the colors.
I love the metallic, but I would like that purple to be a little darker.
I kind of felt the same way. Like, I kind of wish it was.
Yeah.
So if you
That
go back,
the red and the green are just, I mean, they're great looking.
Yeah,
but
they
the
pop.
purple looks a little too much like just like stainless steel kind of
So
look.
It does have that appearance to it. So
that actually is a callback all the way to the original Kickstarter. And basically, when they were doing the original Kickstarter, some of those figures were prototypes but never came to production. And like one of their original Knight figures was done in that kind of purple lilac color, but it never saw the light of day. And now several of the other prototypes over time, they eventually released as figures through later waves and such. This was kind of their last one of those prototypes that was never released out of the original Kickstarter. And that's, one of the reasons they kept it that color. So you're going to be able to pick from one out of these 5 styled heads, all the different kind of knight helmets that they have. Then you get an option of one of the 3 torso pieces. And again, you can see here that when they get to the leather armor here, with the purple, suddenly it becomes brown.
Well, we know Joe is going to get one of everything, at least.
At
minimum.
He's going to try.
At the minimus.
yeah,
He's
going to try to get one of everything. If not
he'll be able to get most, I think, if he does it pretty successfully.
Oh, they'll give it to him. They'll be like, okay, it's Joe. We'll give it to you.
So
We love you.
So ultimately, there's 4 base figures or 12 base figures, right? And then you can swap and pop them whatever way you want
to a degree. Now, they are supposed to be sold as sets. Now, that doesn't mean you can't get like a black torso and then put purple arms and legs.
Yeah.
Whatever arms and legs you get, though, these are going to be the colors for both. So you can't do like green arms and purple legs.
unless you buy 2 sets or 2 figures or whatever.
Which we're going to go over the breakdown in a moment here once we get done looking through all the pieces. So then you've got your armored pieces, your pauldrons, and kind of your greaves that go over top. And again, they got the leather sets down here at the end as well as these. Right? Well, we'll see, Joe. We'll see. Every single one of them is going to come with the same basic weapons pack. So you're going to get a great sword. You're going to get a long sword. You're going to get the mace with both.
And it's only that color, right?
Right. It's only going to be this color set.
I would have really dug if they made them the colors
individual colors. That would have been cool.
That
Yeah.
would have been badass.
They did do a good job though, because the silver and gold will go with all those shiny metallic colors.
They definitely will.
They look fine. It's just for me, you know how I am.
Oh yeah.
I gotta play with it a little bit.
One of the best things about this is you do get both heads for the mace, which is something that hasn't been done for a while. You do get both belt styles, so you'll get like the older belt and one of the newer belts. And then, as an extra Legion's Con exclusive, you can get a gag item, which you may recognize these from the different figure obscura. The gourd and the peach are from Sun Wukong. The ducky and puppy are from Father Christmas, and the switch is from Krampus.
That's awesome.
So the way that this experience is going to work is that you are going to be able to, when you line up in the morning to go in for the convention, they're going to be handing out tickets, kind of like you're at the deli counter. And they want to avoid people waiting in line all day for everything. So what they're going to be doing is they're going to be calling those numbers throughout the day. And then you go up and you go, like, they're going to be calling, numbers 1 through whatever, and then those people are going to be able to go in. You're going to build your figure. The tickets to the Armory experience are free. You do have to pay for the figures. Each figure is going to be the new base table figure price of $45. And each ticket is going to be good for up to 2 figures. So technically, you could get in line day 1 and get a number, and you could get in line day 2 and get a number. So you could technically get up to 4, but each ticket will be good for 2 figures. So that's going to be really, really cool to experience. They will have limited number for resale in January 2025. Those are going to be pre-builds. So you're not going to get to pick and choose which pieces you want for that. You are going to have to just kind of go with what they give you.
I have a feeling they'll just do 12, 12 sets.
Yeah.
Right. It's all going to be limited
or 2
number.
sets. Because what's their usual? What is it? 6 figures usually in a wave for them.
With these, it might just be those standard 4 that you saw there.
Okay, I was wondering because if they did that, because if they did 12, they could do it in 2 waves, and
they could and release all.
Well, no, what is it? 6, 7, right?
Yeah, I think it's like 6 or 7.
Yeah, it depends on what the wave is, I guess. But the retailer waves are usually 6, and I think the regular waves are usually 7.
Yeah,
Joe could probably tell us.
Could be anywhere. Well, some waves are bigger than other waves,
Yeah,
because they've definitely done that. Now, Joe did mention here that Kirby Smith made an incredible builder where you can preview the Armory builds. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to drop that link here in the private chat, Ed, if you want to drop it into the chat. But it's a fun way that you can just go through and check out how some of the colors are going to look together. I've got to get at least 2 of these figures. I want to get one that's going to be a straight homage to our boy John, Emerald Knight photos. I'm going to make an Emerald Knight. He's going to be there. He's going to make his own Emerald Knight. And then on top of that, I'm also going to look to do some green and purple. I haven't decided yet because I've been looking at the different choices. Probably going to be doing a green and purple knight as well, because this guy down here made a really awesome green and purple glow-in-the-dark skeleton, and he's going to need somebody to, battle against, and it's going to be an awesome fight, that's for sure.
That's right.
We all know the boner's going to win.
The Knight of the Oz table.
That's right.
don't think so. Boner has no muscles. He's only held together by magic.
But he's
head off.
also already technically dead. So.
Just chop the head off. You can't go nowhere.
So you were saying that these are all going to have the Valiant Knight articulation, yes?
Yes, all of these are going to have the new Valiant Knight articulation. They have all the new knight pieces. So they're not going to be like those older knights that, were within the line. Because there's a slight difference between some of the leg pieces and everything like that from the 1.0 figures to the newer 2.0 figures. Some of the options that they show are technically the older models and not quite the newer models. But that's just because they had painted prototypes,
right?
When they took all those pictures. So now that they've got some of that,
it's the same thing with the knights that are coming out from All Star 6 and the other ones.
Exactly. Necronominus and beyond.
These are going to have them. It just wasn't there when did the prototype.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So all of that's going to be pretty awesome, and they're not ruling out that they won't be doing. they're still trying to get this through as it is right now. But there's, still always a chance that we may be seeing more character types done in the future.
I think this will be a good beta test, right? See how good it works, see how it flows,
Yeah.
see how people, take to it, and then
And the way
The thing
Jeremy
is
was
that,
talking about it, that's exactly
if
what this is.
Legion's fans are honestly, they're rabid. So,
Oh, yeah.
they'll-
yeah, for sure.
Well, they said, because a lot of us have requested, like, could you guys just open up a parts store,
yeah, exactly.
and sell the individual parts? And Jeremy put it out there, and it makes sense to me. For the price it would cost to do the parts, it wouldn't make any sense, right?
No.
Because you're going to make parts for some that just probably won't even really sell, right? So as a business, it doesn't make sense for
Well,
them.
you also got to figure, right, what you got. If you sold a torso, a head, a weapons pack, and then the arms and legs,
the cost it would
And-
meet.
right? Even if you sold them at $15 each set, you're still over top of a standard figure at that point in time.
Yep.
So it's
Exactly. And again, we're talking standard base level figure of like $37 from Store Horseman. Again, these are going to be their table cost now, which is going to be $45, which is
It's great for the retailers because
Oh,
now
yeah,
they're
absolutely.
it's them taking care of their partners, realizing that hey, if we're
And
we're going to do this,
See,
we're not gonna
originally
And
they
it's not
weren't
gonna
doing
hurt them
a
at
lot
all.
of shows,
No.
right? Originally, they weren't doing a lot of conventions, so their table price was cheap, but they weren't competing with a lot of their retail partners.
Yep.
Now they're doing more shows where a lot of their retail partners are present, and it's really hard for them to sell figures when you've got. I mean, I'll
figures
just
down the
say,
road that are 37 and you got them at 49. It makes it
hands down, when I went to Maryland Toy Expo this year, and Wolf King Customs was there doing the street team for Four Horsemen. Let's face it, I didn't really look at any Legions figures on any of the other tables that were there because Store Horsemen, or the street
Store
team.
Horseman pricing.
Yeah, I couldn't beat it. So, like, naturally, I'm going to their table versus buying off of somebody else's.
Yep.
So they've lowered the standard figure cost from the retailers for future waves, $45, and that's their table price as well from now on. So it's a little bit more than what it was.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad at that. Like, that's absolutely fine with me,
Good
and I think it's great. Yeah, it's really great business.
Yeah, but they can also still. That's just their base figure, right? I wonder what they're going to do with their other figures.
I would imagine they'll be a little bit cheaper too, but
Yeah.
see, we'll
So, I
see
mean, the
once the stuff comes
horses
out.
are 5 on Store Horseman, and they
Yeah.
79 in the retailers, I think. So I mean,
Anywhere between 60 and 75, depending on the kind of horse it is.
Yeah.
Because I think I've seen Dubon's horse Boreas for like, I think I've seen him at like 60, 65, but then Alithia's horse was like 75. So slight variations. But again, her horse.
Dubon's horse is kind of stripped down though. Compared
Yeah,
to the other.
right,
The
exactly.
Bonds
So it
is just
doesn't
a
have-
basic horse, so I mean,
Exactly.
you don't have
Her
as much
horse has got
tooling.
detail to it.
Yeah.
But stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really looking forward to this experience. This again is one of those things that's going to be pricey, right? Because now there's 2 exclusive 2-packs at Legion's Con that I want to get, and then this as well, which is going to be again exclusive to Legion's Con for me to build it the way I want to.
Yeah.
I can always wait until January and get their retail version of it. The retail version will not come with the gag gift. It's not going to have those little extra gold pieces. It's also not going to have it's pre-built. So like I don't get to pick and choose which part sets that I want for that. Now they will be carded. Like when you buy these, all the parts are going to be in trays. So you pick out your parts from the trays, you build your figure, and then they've got a card so you could put it on card for yourself. So that's going to be really cool too. Like you will.
Oh, they're actually going to have the cards and the bubbles. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yep, they're going to have it right there for you to put together. Yeah, can't beat that, right? Like that's again another great experience. Like, because it's like, well, $45, it's not even going to come with packaging. No, it comes with packaging.
Yeah.
And we all know their packaging is collector friendly anyway.
Well, I wonder if the card will be unique for that as well.
Yep.
It is going to be a unique card. They showed it on the stream. Again, it's on Mythic, the Mythic Customs YouTube channel. They do Mythic Conversations on Wednesdays, and that's Jeremy Gerard's channel. And he is head of sales for Four Horsemen. So.
And a ridiculously talented customizer that.
So ridiculous. Well, that's how he got his start, right? He got started doing the customs. He was getting involved in the cabal. Then he worked himself right into the company from there. And now he gets, it's like my dream right there, Hey, I just started talking about it on my YouTube channel. And the next thing I know, I'm hanging out in the cabal, go to intern for a day. Boom, I'm sitting next to Eric Treadaway at next year's Legion's Con talking about this stuff. I mean, things can happen, but it's probably not going to happen, hopefully. My problem is I got to start getting back on Facebook more and get more involved with the cabal, because it's a problem. Like, I'm part of it. I love seeing stuff, but I'm never on Facebook consistently. Like, I might check it once every 4 days.
Yeah, I'm not either. The only thing I use Facebook for is Marketplace.
Right? I just stopped using that platform. So, I have no ties to it. I don't stick to it.
But we're more, honestly, toys are more of the visual medium. Let's be honest. So
right.
Instagram
That's where Instagram.
Yeah.
Ever since I got on Instagram, that's where I've spent most of my time, because it's all the pictures of toys and everything like that, all the great toy photography. That's where I stay most of these days.
Instagram makes it really easy to look
does.
at all the different pictures and stuff, right?
It's all the same parent company, Meta.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's all Zuckerberg's.
I just have a thing where anything I post on Instagram posts to
Facebook. Yeah.
That's the problem. People do think that I'm kind of regular on Facebook, because when I make the weekly posts for Clubhouse, it posts to my Facebook. That's only because it's linked.
Yep.
Well, and then now you got Threads. So sometimes when I post to Threads, we post to both, and I'm just like, don't do that. I don't want to go everywhere else.
I still haven't jumped onto Threads yet. I
don't understand Threads at all, because I go over to Threads once in a
while. It's like
Twitter.
It's
a weird
Instagram.
It's a weird interface. I will say it's not the kind of interface that I would have done, but I guess whatever.
Like, the whole point of it
saves me from having to go to a shithole full of assholes on X. So
that's it, right? The whole point of the Threads was to compete with like X and all that. But now it's really just like a carbon copy of Instagram, because everything is just the same on.
Yeah.
The only difference is post every day. I'm like,
I honestly think the solicitations are worse on Threads, if I'm being honest. I can't tell you when I log into my Threads account that I don't have at least 5 or 6 OnlyFans accounts.
Yeah.
In that first 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Threads, but I'm single now. Why not?
There you go.
Hey,
even
if you're not planning on eating out, it doesn't hurt to look at the menu.
Yeah, sometimes I'll pass on the menu though. I pass on a lot of menus.
Yeah. But you get pickier with the menus the farther down the road you get.
Exactly. That's the thing.
It's a true story.
I'm finding that I'm getting very picky, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but
it depends on which thing you're
using that analogy.
I'm picking on them being a decent person.
Yep.
Using that analogy, I think I'm on a hunger strike. I don't know.
Did you say you're on hunger strike, buddy?
Hey, look, it's a great song, but don't give it up.
I'm just not interested.
Temple Pilots.
So, anything else about the Mythic Legions?
I mean, that's really the big thing. As far as like big news, again, we're probably going to have a Figure Obscura drop here either the end of this week or next week. And that I'm excited to see what they bring. At this part of the year, I'm expecting something Halloween-y, of course, going into the month of October. Then
Wonder if
of
they would
course,
do an interesting Ichabod Crane.
somebody mentioned that in the chat
I
too.
mean, I would love one that's really close to that Disney Sleepy Hollow,
Yeah, that'd be
the
awesome.
animated Ichabod Crane, the one that's
got
gaunt
the
and
huge
Yeah,
nose.
with the huge nose and
Yeah.
all that. Yeah.
something like
That-
that.
I'd be
That's when I think of Ichabod Crane, that's the one I always think of in my head.
Right.
That was-
I never think of Johnny Depp when I think Ichabod
No.
Crane.
No.
I hear Ichabod and I think that. When I think the movie Sleepy Hollow from Tim Burton, that's Johnny Depp. He's
Yep.
not Ichabod. That's Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Just like in From Hell, I think of him as Johnny Depp.
Yeah, he that Disney thing, they used to play. Of course, it was one of the things you always saw every year at
Yeah.
this time of year. So it was like
Yeah.
it just stays with you. It's like
Yeah. It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and
Yep.
yeah.
There are certain, evergreen things for this time of the year, and it's the Great Pumpkin, the Legend of Sleepy Hollow, definitely two of those.
one of my
And
favorite
then-
ones from the kids was from my childhood was the Fat Albert Halloween, which of course you can't find anymore because
Nope.
of somebody. But
Yep. Can't find it. However, I will say one of the best ones for me that I still love to watch each and every year, Ernest Scared Stupid.
oh yeah,
Absolutely have all loved all the Ernest movies, and that is just one that every year got to watch that one. And of course, Hocus Pocus.
I think for the fact that he was like Brahms' spokesman in Oklahoma is Brahms' headquarters. Now you don't understand how many freaking commercials we had with Ernest P. Worrell. So no, by the time those movies came out, I don't want to see anything with that man in it.
I loved
the
it.
commercials were just so obnoxious.
If John Cena were to drop about 150 pounds, we could have a Jim Varney.
Have you seen Dave Bautista lately?
yeah, right.
He's lost a lot.
He's lost a lot of his balls.
Ton of mass,
So,
ton of mass.
Cena's doing his final run through WrestleMania next year, and I would not be surprised to see him. It's bad enough his bald spot; he's trying to cover it.
Oh yeah,
He's not really trying to cover it. I mean,
it was
maybe
hilarious.
he
It was
is
hilarious seeing him
trying.
at WrestleMania, and you can see that it's brushed back.
Oh
just
man,
right there.
It's so.
Like, dude, you make millions of dollars. Get some fucking hair plugs.
I mean, Vince did, right?
John Cena hasn't got one of those heads either. That's probably good for being bald.
Yeah, no.
He looks like Frankenstein.
Otherwise,
His hair
he
was
would
short.
have
It
done.
was, no.
Yeah. Even when he was doing like more of the buzzed cut when he was hyping up Marine, no. But I mean, yeah, with Batista, like he bulked up.
He was a monster. And then
he was one of the biggest dudes. He was like about 350 at his peak in WWE. He slimmed down a little getting out of wrestling, but then after doing like the first two Guardians movies and doing all the stuff for Endgame, he was like, I'm tired of being shirtless.
Yep.
And he kind of let himself go. So he got big. And because he was still eating like he was regularly training. And anybody will tell you, if you keep eating like that, but you're not doing the PT to go with it, you blow up. I will speak from experience. So then he was like, he made a conscious decision where he needed to really start slimming down. So
Joe was saying he's 240, but I would call him slim.
He's not
the guy is like
240 anymore.
6'5". He's 6'5" or 6'6", isn't he?
He's not
short.
He's 6'6".
240 would be slim.
And he's not 240 anymore. He's under. He's like 215.
Yeah,
which is roughly about the weight you want to be when you're 6'2".
Yeah.
So like 215 of his suits are looking big on his.
Here.
Roids will make you big.
Yeah, this is the picture that we're talking about.
Tree.
This guy looks
a lot of interviews with him. compared
Yeah,
to
it's-
what he was
Right.
recently.
Now his head is too big for his body.
Yep.
A little bit, but he's got a neck again, and it's nice to see that.
Just saying.
I mean, they called him what, the Beast or whatever, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
so like,
But
he was an animal. That's what he was called. The animal.
yeah, he was the
man.
animal.
That guy was just all muscle. I mean,
He's been one of my favorite of the more modern era wrestlers. Like around the time Cena was making a name for himself, and we started to get Randy Orton and Batista. I'm sorry, I loved Evolution.
Yep.
Like they were so good at
I've
being
always
bad.
been a huge Randy Orton fan. Man, I love Randy.
Oh,
Orton.
they were so good at being bad. Now it's funny because Randy Orton has been bulking up.
Joe said he hadn't seen that picture yet, and then he
Yeah.
says, "Is he prepping for a role on Golden Girls?"
He had the pearls on. I'm just saying.
He had the pearls on, and the way that his pecs look could be interpreted as something else. I'm just saying.
And the big square
Yeah.
glasses don't help either.
No, but he's just realized like he'd let himself go and he wasn't trying to be that unhealthy. And he decided to start slimming himself down. He's even said in interviews that, like, you know, going into the movies, they always pick him for the role of the big, mean, scary guy, right? He wants to do more than just be the big, mean, scary guy. And when he's
Yeah,
that
he's
big
always
and bulky,
with dramatic roles and stuff, and not have to be just the action hero. That's what
Right.
he's always on.
when he's
Well,
that
he's-
size, there's not much
he's-
else he can do.
I mean, he is older than me, so I mean, you can only do action movies for so long,
Yeah.
Yep.
and he has years of bumps and everything else and injuries from
Yeah.
wrestling.
Yeah. But
You're-
like most of those guys that go
Cards
from
only got so
wrestling,
many bumps.
most of the guys that go from wrestling to acting just slide over into that type of role, right? They're either a wrestler or they're an action star. They're the muscle dude, right?
Right.
And
Look at the
they
movies
don't really
that
care.
Kevin
They
Nash
want to be in
done.
films, you know. Whereas Batista, like from the beginning, he's like, I want to be an actual, like, legit.
Yeah.
Someone takes me seriously as an actor type of guy, right? He's not.
Right. He came over to Hollywood and he didn't go the same route as The Rock, right? And mind you, The Rock is kind of an anomaly because when he first got to Hollywood, he was making some pretty bad movies. Scorpion King was not
No.
good.
No.
That hasn't changed. Let's be
Well,
honest.
he does a handful of bad movies, but he does a lot of fun movies too.
He does actually better in the comedy movies than he does.
He's
in his-
outstanding in the
Yeah.
comedy movies. Outstanding in those.
I'm gonna say it. He does better when he's riding on Kevin Hart's shoulders.
Oh, that too, for sure.
Just saying
Well,
it.
You know, as big as The
That's
Rock
what
is,
play
Kevin Hart can carry. He's like an ant. He can carry a lot of weight.
Yeah.
You know, he's carrying every one of them commercials he's in lately. You guys been seeing that where he's like next to LeBron James?
Yeah.
I saw that commercial for like the first time a couple weeks ago. I was like, okay, that was really funny.
Yeah, that's for the DraftKings, right? Yeah.
Yeah, DraftKings.
Yeah.
But yeah, The Rock's, you know,
Yeah, but
he's-
he went the other direction after he left wrestling. He went up.
Yeah.
yes, he went up drastically, which again, we've seen Hogan left and he was
He
trying to be
looked-
all popular and
He
do
looked
movies.
very stiff at WrestleMania this year, and I mean stiff.
Yeah.
It was rough watching him wrestle. I'm like, dude, I don't.
Well, he's not- It's different training for physique and looks in the movie and then training for fitness and agility in the ring, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a big difference in the type of training you're going to do.
But he might actually be a little too bulky now to do some of the stuff that he was doing before.
Well, it's
He's
also probably one
been
of those
back.
things where he doesn't want to take any chance of possibly
Yeah,
twisting
I
an
would-
ankle
Well,
or, you know.
why would you want to risk the moneymaker, right?
Right, exactly.
Not at all. Yeah,
But
that's a big deal.
Freaking sits on the board, so it's not like he has to do it. But
Right.
I just don't think he can get it out of his system.
But he likes the pops the fan gives him. I mean,
Yeah,
let's
he's
be-
like
let's
he's,
be honest,
he's like
he's got an ego.
he's
on
like
him.
the Undertaker. He'll retire at some point and then come back, then
Mhm.
unretired and then come back, and retire.
The Undertaker at this point has said the only way he's coming back is if they could redo the match, the Brothers of Destruction versus DX,
Yeah.
and not have it flop like it did. They were like, man, we regret that so bad. Like
I
we
watched the
wanted,
last ride. That was fantastic, by the way.
yeah,
I,
yeah.
I got back into wrestling recently. Sorry, it's weird. I don't
Dude,
understand.
no, I don't blame you. You know what's funny? I watch a lot of the interviews and it makes me want to watch wrestling. And then I go to watch the actual lives and I'm like, some of the interviews are more entertaining, lately.
I like the behind the scenes stuff. I like the interviews where they're just like talking with, going over stories and
Yeah, I watch a
Yeah.
lot of
broken,
it on
broken
YouTube now
skull
because
sessions.
you get
Yeah.
highlights and then the interviews and stuff. You don't get all the
Right.
And
extra
Mark has
stuff.
his own channel on YouTube, 6 Feet Under.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Yep.
watch him and
6
I
feet.
watch Stone Cold.
Listen to him talk.
I was just watching him and Kane talk. They just did like over an hour last week where it was them talking about the rise, of the Brothers of Destruction and how that went from both their perspectives. And yeah, same thing with like Stone Cold, listening to his show, Broken Skull.
And I like the biography too. When they do the biography ones, those are
Yep.
fantastic.
Yeah,
That was just like when
really good.
one of my favorite things when they did the when they started to do the WWE Network. They had Legends House. Do you guys remember that?
Yep.
Took all these legends, people who hadn't really been quite relevant, over the past decade or so. They put them in this house, and they do kind of like that standard, reality show BS. But it was some of the stories that those guys were telling as they were talking about it. And I don't know if it comes from being around the business, from my youth and then, trying to go that route for a little while, or just overall, my love of the business itself. I love hearing that stuff, man. And it's a whole different ball game
this year. When Sarge was sitting there with us, he told us stories like back locker room stories for 2 hours. I mean, it was like stuff you're never going to hear anywhere else, and it was like,
yep. And
I
especially
just
at a
like
time,
get into the psychology of it all, and you kind of see where their head was going and how they were processing it. Because some of them never broke kayfabe, and
nope.
Mark was one of them.
Very
and
few.
I'm just like I can't imagine always being somebody that I'm not.
Having to live the duality of it.
Yeah.
Because anytime you're out in public, you're taken.
Yeah.
You
end up like Macho Man Savage. You just become Macho Man Savage and you forget who you ever were to begin with.
Randy's a trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of good people. A lot of good people in that business, though. It's not all bad nightmares.
Well, it was in the early 90s.
That's what
I saw something.
What's that, bud?
If the Mythic Legion kind of build a figure thing or create a figure thing works out, imagine if they go on to other things like, I don't know, goblins.
That's
goblins.
That's kind of what they were saying. That's they were alluding to that they might do it. Like it works well with the knights right now, and it's called an armory, and they basically look like suits of armor.
Well, what would we call a group of goblins then?
Well, I mean, they call it Gob Hollow.
There you go.
Yeah. They
works.
I think if they do it again the next year, you're going to see it either be dwarves, because they can do dwarf just like they did this armory.
Yeah,
dwarves do like a female knight type of things.
It would be nice to see a set of females.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hoping. Like, since we got knights this year,
I'm the weirdo that wants more female figures just because, it breaks up the monotony of a shelf or a display, because you get something,
a malignancy.
A malignancy. Ooh,
malignancy. Yeah. That's the goblin subgroup. So, Travis, we're just hanging out, having fun. We talked about the armory experience that'll be going on at Legion's Con this year. Showed off how that's going to work. I explained, the basic rundown of it, and man, I'm excited for that. But
Did get an email today, by the way, from RoboSkull, and they are on the
pictures.
water.
I was
They're
going
on
to
the
say I
water.
saw pictures. They were coming.
Now I think it's just for the people that did the Kickstarter, and the second wave of them will be coming shortly after that, which is the ones who did the pre-orders like I did. So,
Yeah.
So I'm looking
That's
forward to that.
exciting.
Yeah.
After years and years, it's coming.
You know what? At this point, you buy something, you wait 2 years to get it. Let's be frank about that, because I think it was 2 years ago that I, well, actually more than 2 years. Now that I think about it, because it was 2022.
Yeah, I think Lawrence said, it's been like 2.5, almost 3 years now, going on 3.
Yeah.
But at least RoboSkull has been delivering, figures and things that you could actually.
Yeah, they've been doing little things here and there. I mean, they're 4-inch modern figures. I have 2 of them.
Right. It hasn't been like complete radio silence from them.
Yeah,
either.
I don't generally do that. That scale, because I don't really have a shelf for that scale. But I left them in the package, so they'll look great on the wall.
I don't either, but I just got a couple of these awesome guys in the other day.
Yeah.
Delta 17, yeah.
These guys are amazing for 3 3/4-inch figures.
And Ken and Steve just went live on Friday
night. Yep.
And they were talking about what's to come, what their kind of time frames are coming up next, and that was a good live to catch and see what they've got going on.
Yeah.
So,
and they were showing off the 2 different color variations for the robot.
Yep.
Yeah.
The
Hailstrom. Yep.
Hailstrom.
You got the gray standard version coming, and then of course the Serpent Blue, as it will be called. So now, what was really cool was I didn't
just
know.
need to do one in camo. I'm just saying.
Hey, we might be able to see that at a future, maybe like a Joe Fest exclusive, coming out.
Because they could do so many things with that. It's not even funny. They could do green camo, desert camo,
right
camo, all of it. I mean,
then it just needs foot pegs on the back so it can be ridden like.
Yeah. Well, I told Ken and Steve the one night in the clubhouse is that they could take the top off that and use the bottom and make a little different type of drone too. A mini tank drone or anything. I mean, it's
absolutely.
That's what I did with the Bone Breaker wave.
Yep.
I mean, I turned it into a pack rat. So
yeah, depending on how the engineering goes and how they do that tooling, now that you've done the tooling for the base of that, you can use those parts to go do other stuff.
Yep.
Just imagine how cool it'll be having a hind though hanging from your ceiling, and then having like one of those on the tow hooks underneath it.
Oh man, yeah, and that's what he said, because it's got 4 tow hooks in the front and the back, so that you can actually do something like that. Yep. Man, that's gonna look slick. That is gonna look.
Dragonfly's gonna be hanging from the ceiling because that's the only place I can put it.
The hind's gonna be as big as the damn dragonfly, so you'll be able to just
get
the dragonfly and then fight following year the rattler.
It's an exciting time. Very exciting time to be a toy collector. We got all the good stuff coming.
Yeah. Did you get you got a vamp, right, Payne?
Yeah, I've got a vamp and a stinger.
And a stinger.
With the vehicles, I'm only getting one.
Yeah.
Now, did you get any of the
like the claws? I'll probably get a couple of those.
Yeah, the smaller ones.
It's a little bit different, right? Because it's smaller size.
Yeah.
Now, for your stinger and your vamp, are you getting any of the aftermarket parts, like any of the gridiron stuff?
And that gridiron stuff looks nice, but damn,
the APAC part of it, or the armored personnel carrier for the stinger part, that was tempting. But
I really like that.
I like their stuff. I've gotten their guns before; they're really nice quality.
Oh yeah.
It's just. I understand why their prices are high, but at the end of the day,
is that worth it to you? Right?
Is it? Isn't that much of a difference to?
Yeah. I mean, the cool thing is about like that
away from a certain person's collections.
Yeah, that 6-wheeler add-on thing makes it a totally different vehicle, which is cool.
That's what I like about it a lot. Seeing that, because standard Stinger, it's just a vamp, basically, right? They
Yeah,
put some armored
well,
doors on it, and then they added missile turret to the back instead.
Yeah.
So,
we'll get
like,
the Vamp Mark II, and it'll be the same damn vehicle with
Yes.
a different missile launcher.
Well, that's why they went with the vamp first, because there's so many vamps out there that they could do.
Yeah,
exactly.
Then you
Well,
got
same
Night
thing-
Force,
same
Tiger
thing with
Force.
Ferret.
tooling it.
Same thing with the Ferret. That's
Yep.
Yep.
anything that they can reuse and recycle as much as possible. But that's the way Joe was. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just waiting
Yeah.
for the water moccasin
Oh,
because
yeah.
then we'll get whatever the Tiger Force version of that is. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head.
I just
the
want
Dragon
Copperhead to make sense.
Both versions of them.
See, the thing is that I have to get a bigger 3D printer to do, vehicles because
Yeah,
the build base on the printer I have is just not very
big enough.
It's 5 by 5 by 5.
Yeah, you'd have to do
Oh.
so many small parts to
You have
build.
no idea how many
full
cuts I had to
112
do to
scale.
try. I tried to do a water moccasin,
Yeah.
and the cuts on it were just. By the time it was done, it was just a pain in the ass.
Yeah, because even the Fortnite boat was a little small. I mean, it was close.
Yeah. Well,
Just
and the
close,
thing
close
is, I wanted to retrofit that boat with the top, and you still have to scale it up because the
Yep.
stuff that's out there is not quite 1/12 scale.
No, not quite.
By the
Go
time
up
you're
to
done,
like
you might as well just
100.
build the whole thing out of styrene and we call it a day.
Yeah.
By the time you're done with all those cuts at a 5 by 5 build plate.
Yeah, if I knew how to work with styrene very well, I don't. So
I'm noticing Nolan saying he has 3 figs and the comic coming on Thursday, and he's talking about Delta 17
That's right.
because they've got the Joe Fest exclusives now available on the website.
Yep. Along with
Should
book
mention
1 of the comic, and they're saying that book 2 will be out for Joe Fest next year, along with
Yep.
the Hellstrom should be out in the spring, hopefully.
I just read it online, so it was a decent comic.
And
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't
considering
even have to
it's
buy the comic. They've had it
Yeah.
available for free to read.
that
And
comic
it's-
though is so nice. I mean, the cardstock they used on that is amazing.
Yes. And just the story throughout it. Like, I love that it starts you right in the shit.
Yeah, they throw you right in the middle of it all. They don't start with some introduction. It's just
Nope.
bam.
There's no boardroom meeting about what's
Yep.
going on in the, world. Nope. Here, we're in this vehicle getting shot the hell up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a good job. I mean, like if Joe Fest, their booth was always hopping. They were probably the talk of the show. I mean, it's like out in the lobbies and
For
stuff.
sure.
Everybody was like, "Man,
Well, I
the
mean,
Delta 17, this and
It's
that."
good
Right?
that we have these options now. I mean,
Mhm.
for the longest time,
So nice.
you only had Big Brother and Big Sister out there, and you have some other independent companies. But let's be honest, not their stuff isn't for everybody.
Yep.
So
Yep.
having those options gives us as collectors, we can pick and choose. We don't have
Right.
to buy from ma and pa anymore. We can buy from little sis and uncle.
I was going to say, we could buy from Uncle Jimmy's trench coat.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I think one of the cool things is now is that you're getting a lot of independent companies that are making like adjacent figures, right? Like
Properties,
Savage
yeah.
Crucible
Yeah.
could play nicely with Mythic Legions and Brutal Realm and a couple other ones out there. And you got Monster Force that could play nice with Valaverse and G.I. Joe and Patriot Force and all those other ones that are.
Did you get
coming out.
charged for those yet, Ed?
No, they moved them out to October.
Okay.
I'm still sitting on my $300 waiting though. So
There you go. Hey,
I was planning on it for August, and I was like,
you'll have to let me know the quality there.
yeah.
And, along with that, then we got crazy stuff like this, which just looks really cool, and I'm not sure where it's going to fit. But you got the Monsters.
Nice.
All right. So this is a Kickstarter that just recently went live. And these guys, they're good friends with the Four Horsemen.
Kaiju-ish.
They've done some, work together here. One of the best things about these, like, hands down, like, you look at this packaging, looks very Street Shark-ish. Like, even of course with this character right here looking very Street Shark. But it's crazy and interesting. And I know we're probably all getting a little fatigued on Kickstarters, but this is just a really neat concept. Who would have thought cloven feet for some kind of whale thing, right? But it's Shamumu, so he's mixed with a cow. He's got the horns and the cloven feet, and also that color scheme.
I'm really digging like these independent toy companies. Like that box is kind of reminiscent of the Plunderlings box, right? Where the
Yeah,
box,
yeah.
where like if you're an inbox collector, your box has actually got some presentation to it, and it's not just a, a front box with a window on it. It's got some presentation along with it. So
Well, there's
Yeah.
definitely some wild design, that's for sure. I dig in the figures, but I don't know that I would have, they're, to me, it's a little.
that's
I
not
mean,
based on an old line, right? Monsters.
no, this is not
To
based
me,
off of
it's
an old
very
line.
much, yeah. I like mine a little more realistic-ish.
I mean, it's
It's a little
heavily
cartoony-ish. So
it's inspired by the
yeah.
90s.
It's
Like,
definitely cartoony-ish. So it's definitely would fit in with Origins.
Yeah.
right? I mean, we're looking here, like you can see, we're surrounded by some Ninja Turtles on this side. Over here, we got some food fighters. You got extreme dinosaurs. We got Cookie Monster hanging out in the background. You got a little Bucky O'Hare action going back
Yeah,
here.
this is totally a 90s cartoon inspired line for sure.
Yeah.
Right. Like 100%. That is what this is. But they look so cool.
Now
And
I
you
just
know
need
what?
someone to
Yes,
make the
scale-wise.
dinosaurs. I need the dinosaurs. I'm just saying.
Ah, man, I wish
No one wants
somebody
to
would get
touch that.
involved with those.
Dinosaurs. I forgot.
I mean,
all about
those original figures never really came out, and quite frankly, let's be honest, they were ugly.
They didn't look that great.
No,
right?
they were awful. They were awful. I mean, that's kind of why I got the Armies of Ashmore stuff, is kind of thinking I
Yep.
could make those.
But
Which-
it's funny because there was quite a few toy lines in the 90s that were based off of like cartoons and stuff. And the toys just absolutely sucked. Like even the Biker Meister Mars figures were garbage. I mean, they were not that great.
Yeah, they were not the best, that's for sure. And see, like, here you go. You got
They're
some other
cool
ones.
looking. I mean, they're cool looking, but they're definitely a little too on the.
It's probably one
cartoony
I pick up one to
spectrum.
see what they're like, and that'd be about it.
Right. Yeah, I definitely want to pick up one or two of them. Probably go with the snake and scorpion kind of guys over here.
Yeah.
'Cause we
The
all know.
aesthetic would not go with my Master Wang. I'm just saying.
No.
Okay, so this is
I'd be
Bulltooth
happy
and
to see it.
Venom Nom.
Yeah.
I mean, I like them. Again,
Cool.
I-
Absolutely, they're cool. I love that snake. Yeah, that snake one
That
is
green
awesome.
one is
Yeah,
awesome looking.
the
Yeah.
Sting Cobra action going on here. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got the hooded kind of, Cobra thing. And then it's so crazy that like they're mixing well, of course it's two venomous creatures because you got,
Yeah.
a scorpion and a snake. And it looks like they did it for both of their little snake
Yeah.
creatures.
So I guess the venomous ones must be the bad guys. Is that what we're assuming here?
I gotta assume that, yeah.
Yeah, gotta go with that.
But they made all the good guys fish people.
Well, cows,
kind of-
fish, and cows. Well,
Yeah.
technically the whale
That's-
one, the one that's a killer whale, that's not a. It's not
I do
technically
like
a
weapons
fish.
though. Weapons are kind of cool.
Sorry, did they say size scale?
So just from what it looked like on, there was a video that played where he had them in hand. They're looking like they might be a little bit taller than like your old school
yeah.
Playmates. Yeah,
Yeah.
here's like one of the bigger Playmates Ninja Turtle toys, the Dragon Dude. And
So probably 110,
yeah.
7 inches or so. What I
Yeah.
would guess.
Although it's very misleading when you see the troll from Mythic Legions in the background there. Because he's so far back, this thing looks tall. Like really tall. But these are like those little mini figs, right? Kind of like muscle and all. So that's like what? They're about 1.5 inches. So that's got to be at least.
Yeah, I'd say it's 110 probably.
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
7 and a
I'll
half
probably
inches tall.
say it's 112, but I guarantee you it's 110 scale at 7
Yeah.
inches.
Well, right here you've got Tyrant Rex from Masters Universe.
Again, it's still
But
at the
again,
back, though.
it's back, so I'm
That
not sure
scaling
how.
that's messing with you.
Yeah. That's
So they're bulky and they look good. Not my aesthetic, but
Yeah.
whoever
Yeah.
wants it.
And there's Jennifer Tilly,
There's Jennifer
Retro
Tilly.
Rewind.
He turned
How you doing?
66 this week.
Damn.
Yep.
Believe that. I was like, oh,
It
Jesus.
is hard to believe. Very hard to believe. So let's see
I
about
always
pulling
Her role in Liar Liar with Jim Carrey. That's every time I see that, that's what I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pull up their Kickstarter page and see if we can find out what that scale is.
Yeah. Joe says they're going to be at Legion's Con, so we get to check them out in person. That's awesome.
There you go.
Well, that is something we will definitely be doing.
Yep. And I'm waiting on my Armies of Ashmore. I have a feeling that it's not going to be too much longer.
They will
Based
also
on-
be at Legion's Con.
Yeah. So I'm hoping by Christmas I'll have those. So it'll be nice because then it'll give me some bucks to paint since I got 3 blanks.
The Armies of Ashmore are the big ones, right? They're like 8
Yeah.
inches
Yeah.
tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all ogre scale.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, where the hell am I going to put an ogre scale?
Those things are big, dude. I picked one up at PowerCon last year. They are big.
Matt Rod calls that brute scale. And his is,
bullshit.
his
That's
brute
that's ogre
scale is big. All right, so here we can kind of see that unfiltered picture. All right, so here's your old Playmates TMNT, and you know they're about 4 inch. So these guys are about 5.5 to 6 inches. And again, that's not too far in the background here. You see like an Origins Spikor, that's 5.5, and it's pretty about even with him.
Oh, and that's one of the new Street Sharks, isn't it? They're to the right of the Moo guy.
It might not even be a new Street Shark. That might be an old Street Shark.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's about the size of a Street Sharks figure. And even back here where, they've got the other 2 figures kind of sitting off in the back here, got him sitting.
Yeah, that's on a 1-inch riser, and it's
I was going to say it's adding it up a little bit
with
here.
that. It's right even with that Whiplash. So
Yeah.
Whiplash is one of the bigger figures, if I recall.
Joe says
Well, when
there's
it
going to be
comes-
an update on Armies of Ashmore possibly on Offworld.
Oh,
Very
nice.
cool.
That will be great. I definitely love, Matthew Rodriguez, and, it's been great meeting and talking with him in person, and even just we did interviews on Toy
Well, there's
Frenzy way
the
back.
Leatherneck, the
Crocker.
Planet, Crocker. If you
Yep.
look at him scaled, and I don't know that he's standing on that shelf or not.
He's standing, but you got to remember he's also hunched over, like his figure's hunched. So,
But he's
and
a
he
pretty
looks,
Figure.
yeah,
So they look like they're about, I would say 7.
but
So you're comfortable.
well, yeah, top of the tail, and he's
top of
down
the
in
tail
it.
doesn't count. Let's talk to the head.
But if you put them with, let's just say, Brutal Realm or even Masterverse, I mean, they're not going to be that far out of scale as monsters go.
Right.
No.
Right. They would fit in well. Here's Dark Equidron. Jeez. Almost bought him this weekend. He's one of those rare Mythic Legions figures. And he's sitting over at Random Treasures, and I walk in and I see it sitting there, and I'm like, they had 30% off anything in store 30 days or older. And I was like, so are Mythic Legions part of that 30% off sale? Because I know it said select, limit, most
Select
of
items.
your select items not included. And I had to ask when I walked in, I was like, so are the Mythic Legions on that 30% off? They're like, no. And I'm like,
So
well,
those guys would work good because the biker mice are probably 6.5 inches tall.
that's what I was thinking. Like anybody who's buying like the new Street Sharks,
Yep.
anybody buying like anything from the cell right now, this would fit in well with all that stuff.
Yeah, very cartoony too, so it fit in absolutely.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah, kind of perfect with it. And they look really
even for the turtles, it would be,
Yeah,
I mean,
Yep.
let's be honest. They always made, Bebop and Rocksteady bigger than them anyway. So
Yep.
Right.
definitely fit in with that aesthetic.
Yeah, and they come like again, they're definitely a love letter to like TMNT and stuff like that because I'm just seeing here in some of these pictures that they come with like the little companion monster things, like the little ones. Like
Yeah.
that little starfish dude that's in the picture that comes with Shamumu.
Yeah.
That's his name, Shamumu.
I know. It rolls off the tongue weird. That's all I'm saying.
Shamumu.
I'm pretty sure if you type it out on Facebook, you'll get banned. We're like, you're calling somebody fat. No, I'm saying the name of a toy.
Oh,
Oh, they got a berserker.
What?
Hold on.
you know he's gonna share it.
It's a bear. Damn right
It's
I.
a bar.
That's a
It's a
bear.
bear.
It's bar far. There's going
Oh,
to be some
look
buyers.
at that guy. My
Holy
lord.
shit.
Look at
He's
this.
got a mouth in his chest.
That is
On his
Well, it's a whole
shoulders.
other
God.
bear face, which is like twice the
On his
size.
shoulders, too.
Frankenstein bear. That's awesome.
Yeah. He's got like the cuffs from My Pet
And it's
Monster.
got tiger legs
Yeah.
This is
and a
insane.
tiger's tail.
Yeah, it's a
Interesting.
berserker.
Is that second face a bear or a bulldog?
This is a bear.
No,
This
the
is a
green
bear.
one.
This is a bear. They're all
Sorry,
bears.
my screen is small for sharing, so I can't
Yeah.
see.
Right? Yeah, it's so tiny.
Uh,
But yeah, that was their little sneak peek or silhouette, and
interesting.
so that's again prototyped. Look at this bone,
Bone
picker.
picker.
It's got to be some
That's
kind
awesome.
of condor.
Yeah.
All right,
Pretty
so
cool concept. I mean, mixing the animals
Yep.
together and shit like that. And then,
right, and I like how again they kind of make them make sense, right?
yeah.
And they're not skimping on the paint apps either, because
Yeah.
No,
on point.
Like if you took one of those scorpion snake dudes and gave it a dark wash, you could definitely give it a more realistic look to it and make it a monster to fight, with your
Oh yeah, without a
Conan
doubt,
or whoever, right? I mean,
it would not take much, and there's a lot of detail in that.
that's what I'm saying, right? You give them a wash.
Oh,
you
there's
take it
one
all.
with the. Did you see
Frank
the
the
other one?
sign head. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, "What? What is that one?" Right
This
there.
guy right
That
here,
one right there. Yeah.
It's Frankenstein and the Loch Ness monster, or not Loch Ness monster. The
creature from the lake.
No,
It's
that's got to be the
like a-
Jersey Devil, right?
could be.
So this
But it's
right
got a
here, you
claw.
got creature from the Black Lagoon. You got kind of like a Frankenstein Wolfman. Look at the legs; it's got wrapping on it like a mummy.
Oh,
This is
Oh, that
all
is
the
cool.
universals together.
yep. Then
Is this
dragon wings
here's
for
got
and the
like
bat,
wings must be
vampire.
Dracula's.
Yep, and the claw here is like a little Metaluna mutant.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
So
cool.
that's what that is. That is
that is
really
awesome.
Now, here's the prototype. Okay, Monster
pretty cool.
Mash. So that's exactly what that is.
Yes.
Yep, that's slick.
That thing looks huge in that picture too.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Right?
There's another picture, I think, of it painted. I was go up, back one or up one or.
Yeah. Yep. Right
Yeah,
there.
here
Right
we
there.
go.
Oh my god.
Oh,
that thing
wait.
is
Now we're
awesome.
getting like some dino looking stuff over here.
Oh man. Like those have a little more realistic a look to them too than the
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
ones. They're not so brightly
I don't
colored.
think these are part of the actual line.
So Frankenstein head, Wolfman chin, Wolfman
Right.
feet, mummy leg wrappings. Interesting.
creature.
Yeah.
Yeah, creature
And it is a
Metaluna
Metaluna
Mutant on that arm.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's the coloration.
Yeah.
And again,
pretty smart.
Dracula kind of bat wings.
and he's got fangs like Dracula too in the Frankenstein. Oh, that's
Yeah.
Wolfman mouth.
No, that's the
though, too, so-
Wolfman's.
Yeah, that's Wolfman.
Yeah, it's because it's the
Pretty
underbite.
slick.
I
It's
definitely
just a-
have that just as a conversation piece. I mean,
Yeah,
Right?
that's pretty.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
So
without a
what
doubt.
you need to do is you need to put it, and then you put like either NECA's Universal Monsters next to it, or the Jada Toys ones.
Yeah.
I just have my Monster Force killing it. That's all.
That is slick too. that
Dino
spiky-
Mash.
whatever the
Look
hell
at
that
the
is. That's-
spikes on the back of that. thing.
Dino Mash. Yeah. So he's got all different parts of different dinosaurs. Like you got Ankylosaur right here with the armor,
Yep.
spiked like Stegosaurus. Head looks a little carnivorous, could be like T-Rex or Raptor, Alice.
Definitely
Not
Raptor.
Alice. Yeah,
Allosaur.
something like
Yeah,
that.
Allosaur. Allosaur's
Or
got that
Allosaur,
thing.
yep.
It's got
Allosaur,
the
yep.
little spikes over the eyes, yeah. So, and then your
Carnivore.
feet, very, very, very,
Oh,
Brontosaurus.
yeah, old school.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to have some freaking tree trunks looking under all that sculpting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Look at that, man. That is cool. And the sculpting is wild on this. Insanely detailed.
If they make these out of solid plastic, you know how much that thing's going to weigh? Even if it's
Oh,
some,
that's gonna be a,
Jesus.
you're gonna
That's
kill
gonna be a
somebody. You
weapon.
throw that.
Look, I want to know what they're selling for $20 because I know it ain't these.
Yeah,
And if
That's
it is, sign
That's
me
the
up. I'll take
minifig.
it.
yeah. That's.
I'm going in with $100 and I'm getting a couple of them.
Yeah, shit. For $20, I'd buy multiples.
Yep, without a doubt. That is just so cool.
I wonder how interchangeable the parts would be.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Good call.
That would be badass because you could really make it something different.
Yeah. And I thought I'd seen one of the pictures where they did do like some pop and swap, but I don't. Maybe I just imagined that at some point now. But look at some of this other stuff we got here in the background. Like, what is this? What is
that looks like to
this?
be a dragon,
Yeah.
Right? Like a
Holy-
multi-headed kind of dragon?
It's a Hydra.
Hydra dragon, yeah.
the Hydra dragon.
It's
That would be
nuts.
bad.
All
That thing
right.
looks like some kind of crustacean or something, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something.
Crustacean and
teeth are
octopus,
done.
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Very beakish.
Because it kind of got that beakish octopus maw.
It's crazy. Honestly, it looks
What
like
a cool concept for a line, man. Jeez.
Yeah.
I don't have any idea where I'd fit it in my collection, but I like how
Yeah,
bizarre
exactly.
it is.
That's my thing. The aesthetic throws me off, but they're cool.
Yeah, see, here's the little companion dudes that's coming with each, the little mini mutant things. Again, if you're a fan of TMNT, this is like right up that alley.
So those
But
are
you know,
the
how
snacks
cool was that
for
back in the 80s and 90s when they did that, right? Like Black Star,
Yeah.
all those guys came with either the little Trobit or the Goblin dude, and you know, all
Right.
those lines always had little
Companion
companion
demons.
pigs. Yep.
Somebody needs to do Skeleton Warriors for you, Oz.
I'd
Oh,
love to have those come back, and that's kind of like where Necronominus is for me, right? Like that's my Skeleton Warriors right now, Necronominus wave, and it's coming. It'll
Give
be here.
me some Exo Squad, and now that we've got Mask coming, I'm not sure about Loyal Subjects because they're kind of iffy quality sometimes.
Hey, I tell you what though, I'd love to get proper Exos. Hold up,
well, there's your scale right there.
you've
Yep.
got. Who does this? I know I've seen this. This is My Pet Monster
My
with
Pet Monster
Slash.
Head.
Yeah.
Obviously, that was their.
My Pet Slash is what's called here. All right, collector dibs. My Pet Slash, one of my favorite custom things. That is so cool. Oh man, yeah, that caught my attention real quick.
They got speaking of My Pet Monster, they got that too. The guy's doing the mask line.
Yeah,
And
Well,
My
you know-
Buddy. So Buddy can get a new My Buddy doll.
Yeah.
Speaking of random treasures, they also got it a My Pet Monster this past week or a couple
Oh,
weeks
there's
back.
a Cthulhu. Cthulhu.
Hold on.
Damn.
Oh.
Oh, there's that like crustacean style monster
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
And that's just like a straight up kind of creature from Black Lagoon looking type thing.
yeah. I think that was maybe a Dracula cut part of it too. Maybe.
Yeah. Look
The
at
sculpting
this.
on those things is amazing, though. I mean,
Yeah,
look at
that's
that shit.
ridiculous. I can't imagine the tooling cost on that.
Oh,
You know what this actually reminds me a lot of? Destroya from Godzilla versus Destroya.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they do have that kaiju kind of feel to them, so
Right?
I guess you could use them with 3
Or if
3/4
it's,
figures to make them,
I think it was the second form.
Right? Yeah, because that's when he had all the legs, right, bud?
Hmm.
Because
He
the
was kind of
final
more like a lobster crab
You guys
right.
could have these guys attacking your
when
high
it was
team.
draining the power plant before the power plant blew up, and then he became like
Oh, these
full size.
monsters, they're gonna destroy everything. What was this? Is that a prototype for Monster Mash right there? I think so.
Oh, see, there's the new merman. So
Wait,
yeah,
wait.
they're right around 7 inches.
Yep.
Well, this isn't the new Merman. That's Origins.
Are you sure?
100%.
That's
100%.
definitely
Okay,
Origins. Yep.
so
I got
That-
the figure right here.
I was gonna say that's the retail
right around.
version of that Merman right there.
That is the Lords
Okay,
of
so
Power
there's
version.
6.
Yeah.
So 6 inches.
Yep.
They're going to
6
be between 6 and 7 because if you look at the one
Yeah.
on the left, it's a little bigger.
Yeah, it's bigger.
little
Yeah.
taller.
Yeah.
But I also noticed this Cabbage Patch looking Skeletor figure right here. It's got the Havoc. Well, it's a skull with ram horns, not
Yeah, they
quite
have
the Havoc
those.
stuff. And it's got like a power sword right here. And there's definitely Skeletor. I'm sorry, I caught my eye. I have not seen
Chibi,
that.
little chibi Skeletor.
It's got like a Cabbage Patch doll face, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's
Yep.
not even a skull.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It looks like a chibi head.
Yeah, chibi.
It's insane. That's got to be like a pet project he did on his
And
own.
Nolan is saying in humanoids, yeah, but I can't imagine the price on the
Oh.
humanoids because they, Ooh,
Speaking
That
of
looks glow in the
Cthulhu,
dark.
there you go. There you go, Oz.
right? One-off 3D prints in various colors and materials, like glow in the dark. Well, this is something that they did apparently 146. It says edited 146 weeks ago. And then the most recent comment was 16 weeks ago. I think this ship
what is
may
this toy
have
company
said,
called?
well, this is Monstores.
Yeah. But they had a different name at their booth. They had a different name on the booth they were showing. Right,
Yeah, let's see.
right
Trying
there.
to-
IO stuff or something?
IO stuff, yeah.
I
Ego
go.
stuff.
Yeah,
I go.
yeah.
Here
Interesting.
it is. I go stuff at Monster Palooza.
Yeah.
Well,
And
folks,
Nolan,
definitely check these out.
can you imagine how big those humanoids figures would be now? I mean, they were massive back then, but I mean, the figures, the basic, like the good guys were.
Well, if they kept them the same scale, it'd probably be okay. But if
Yeah,
they scaled them up, it'd be ridiculous.
be absurdly priced.
Kaiju.
That was that was the only good thing about hearing about the mask re-release is that they're going to stay true to the scale from the mask. So
Yeah, so it'll be
Yeah.
reasonable.
your vehicles will
Reasonable.
be
Well, and
reasonable.
yeah, well, the loyal subjects, they're reasonably priced. I mean, let's be honest, they're 19.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you can get them on clearance. So Ross.
Yeah, if your
has
Ross carries anything. My Rosses
Yeah.
don't carry anything,
I
really.
found last week we found Frankenberry.
Oh,
You
nice.
gotta tell me. I'm looking
I
for
didn't. I
Frankenberry.
was with my son, and I was like, I found one. If we go back there Wednesday, Wednesday, I'll take a look.
Yeah, please let me know. I definitely need to get a Frankenberry. Because also on this shelf is Count Chocula.
Because they had two. They had two of them, but didn't look like he was going anywhere.
Yeah, he's the only one currently that I don't have for the cereal monsters. I'm hoping we get Yummy Mummy and Fruit Brute and, even
Carmella,
Creeper.
whatever it
Carmella,
was.
yeah, whatever.
The new ones.
one is.
Carmella Creeper.
Creeper.
Yeah, there you go.
Frankenberry's niece.
Have you guys bought any of those cereals yet this year?
Not yet. I got to go out and get some soon, though.
My daughter got Frankenberry the other day.
Yeah, I noshed
She
them.
got like the jumbo sized box of it.
That's all they're coming in this year is the jumbo size
Yeah.
box.
Well, the thing is that we found out that she is pregnant. So
Oh. Congratulations.
I am going to be a grandpa.
Congratulations, brother.
Whee!
And from
But
now on,
and we-
Payne will be Grandpa.
That's right.
Yeah.
Grandpa
Actually, it'll
Payne.
Got the Grandpains.
Yeah.
What's happening, Ken?
What's going on?
Number one, congrats, and number two, I popped on at the right time. Something was buzzing in my ear that said you need to pop on, and as soon as I did that, Aaron announced his thing.
Yeah, perfect time.
Perfect timing. You did miss
Where are you filming from, Ken?
Probably
From his kitchen.
From his kitchen, yeah.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure he didn't wander into another girl's room.
That'd be
in
really
Elaine's room
bad,
stall right
especially
now.
if he was streaming.
Yeah, they would hear me. They're like, I'm pretty sure that guy has a Y chromosome, or is it an X chromosome or a Y? I don't even know. Yeah.
Ken's forgotten his chromosomes.
Yeah.
It's okay, Ken. It's all right. It's a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ken. We clearly know you're not a chemist.
No.
Or a biology teacher.
No, not at all. Not at all. So what else you want to talk about? We want to talk about Aaron's news some more?
No.
I didn't want to jump in right then and there and because I can just pop in whenever, right?
Nope, we're glad you stopped by, brother. We talked a little Delta 17 earlier, so.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you? Leonidas and
You did.
We were also talking about how you guys now
whatever
have
this guy's name is. I don't remember who this is.
a Shadow Dragon.
Shadow Dragon.
Yeah.
There you go.
Shadow Dragon. Yes, that's Jeremy Girard's favorite one.
Yeah.
From So it's Little Inside Baseball. Steve has dropped off and is now on the way back from. I shouldn't mention the other store's name. Okay, a relatively large and bad store. He's on the way back right now. So, he just dropped some stuff off. So, but
we've mentioned them a couple times already.
We have. We still mention them, although I think Ted left because he was because we.
Look, we all said that we use them as a last resort, but
they are my last resort.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
You can order direct Delta17toys.com.
Yeah.
And are you guys still doing the Delta 10 off code for the percentage off?
Yes, that's just to match our competitor with this APWT code.
Okay. Okay. So, matching Hello Dope Toys version of it where you can buy from them and use code APWT, save yourself 10%.
If you remember to put the damn code in.
Yeah. If you remember, I remembered last night when I ordered my Vipor, I got my $2.
I did not. I totally forgot.
And I forget every time I'm there and I'm just ordering. And
I have my own special code that I only use, so it's
as soon as I click,
this special ed.
Yeah.
it's code.
So you want to see what my McFarlane lot tonight? I picked up a score of
yeah, let's see.
Got a McFarlane. Well, here. It's a lot of stuff inside a box.
Oh, jeez.
Bunch of McFarlanes. I got a Batwing and a couple of
Powered Batwing.
A couple of classifieds. Including the first version of Firefly.
Nice.
Yeah, somebody just wanted to get rid of a collection, and I just said, let me go through what I can, and then take the rest over to. I'm already packed for the current toy show, so it's going to be probably the one after that. But yeah, there's a bunch of things. Batman and Robin. No Build-A-Figure piece though. I don't know, just a toy launch. But mostly Batman and DC, like McFarlane DC stuff. So I'm just trying to see what to ask price wise when I
head out. Buy it.
Say what?
Because people need 12 million Batmans for whatever damn reason.
I have 12 million Batman, so I can't.
Absolutely.
Also, I have quite a few. Make no mistake, Ed. I have quite.
I just picked up this Mofex one, man. This is so badass right here.
Yeah, exactly. You once you get a Mofex one, you really don't need any other version.
And this is the last one I'm going to get because this is the ultimate Batman. It's the right colors for me, and it's
right.
Neil Adams colors,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Neil Adams
we're all here. It's like a mini clubhouse right now.
I was going to say, Toyleet Takeover just became Clubhouse Light.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. It's whatever. Some toy shows have like a lighter version, right? Like Joe Fest has the codename Iowa, the Assembly Required show. So we're in whatever the equivalent of that is right now.
There you go.
We got a good chunk of the cast here.
Right. Gotta go a bit light because it's a Tuesday work night.
Yeah.
Yes. Nolan said in the chat. Sorry, I can't reply to the chat right now because I'm on my phone. But he said that he lives in Saskatchewan and Delta 17 shipping is quick. That's because Steve is one province over.
Yeah,
that's why.
You could probably convince Steve to drop it off on purpose.
I picked up a vintage Adventure People set, Ken.
There you go. Make yourself big, Ed.
Oh, the
I'd
old
help.
Fisher Price. Nice.
Yeah.
Which we'll be
That's
seeing
cool.
more of this guy in a couple of months.
Yeah. This is the guy that they just made the Cosmic Legions
Fisher Rice.
homage of.
Now we just need a 1/12 scale ship, little ship.
Little ship.
And it
Just
can
a
be
little-
just like that one, simple and
Yeah.
It doesn't got to
be
be
perfect.
too overly
Yeah, it doesn't have
detailed.
to
It
be,
should be
like-
simple.
yeah.
I mean, they could do a couple more details to it, but simple though. Doesn't have
Yeah.
to be extravagant.
Oh,
No.
is this
But
a
it's
good
the
thing?
horseman, so
Sorry, didn't mean to hijack. Is that a good thing? Gold label?
The
Yeah.
gold label is the
Honest-
Walmart exclusive.
Yeah, they're the exclusives for
They're
whatever
exclusives,
store,
yeah.
Walmart or Target or
Oh,
whoever.
okay.
What is that,
All right.
Ken? Is that a motorcycle?
This is the Batman with Bat Raptor. When I looked inside, it
Oh,
was
the
the
Raptor, yeah.
because he's facing downwards. So
Yeah.
it's the Batman Who
Yeah.
Laughs version.
Yeah.
I don't know my McFarlane very well. I'm just trying to play not scalper, not reseller, but like collector who has a toy booth at a show. So I'm trying to price this thing, and I'm like, wait, this isn't the regular version.
No, but
Yep.
they're exclusives or the platinum editions tend to be like
that's the rare chase figure, right?
sometimes. I mean, most.
In other
the
words,
earlier
it's
platinums were all grayscale.
it's worth $30 and not 20. Is what you're trying to tell me. So
Essentially.
yeah.
Maybe. It's only if
25.
people all about
Middle of the
whether
road. So what else going on, Ken? Got anything else?
Well, the reason I'm here is I was going through the list of channels I've not appeared on yet, and I needed to check off Axion Figs as one of the
Oh, good. I'm
things. So
glad.
now that I'm here, I can log out. Right? It's
Okay.
just yeah.
He's like, I've made my appearance. My job's done here. Goodbye.
Ken's got his whole side of his fridge with just all the YouTube channels through it down. He just got pencil line through them.
goes by and does a check mark or draws
Yeah.
a line through it.
Yeah, that's
did
right.
that one. Did that one.
Right there next to the collection. So, yeah.
He's got an asterisk next to ones where these are channels I've been mentioned on but haven't made it to yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure Travis has mentioned me many times on the wrestling side of things. So, yeah.
Oh, you missed the wrestling talk earlier.
Yep, we were talking about wrestling too. This really is a Clubhouse light tonight.
Are we talking about how WWE is going over to Netflix in a few months? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be really interesting because first off, we got Raw going from 3 hours down to 2 hours now, and people are wondering if that's because Netflix is not ordering 3 hour long lives every Monday night.
But you have to think Netflix will be uninterrupted, right?
Yeah.
Whereas the 3 hours, like I was asking my friend, and he goes, "Yeah, but was the 3 hours really 3 hours? Or was it like 2 hours and 20 minutes kind of thing?" So I'm like, you're right.
Well, like their whole first hour, they typically would run commercial free, unless it was like a WWE commercial.
It was just, for the most part, that first hour is just promos. There's not really a whole lot of
wrestling. It's just filler content.
Yeah.
This person challenging this person for later on tonight. Quick squash match. Promo for the big event that we're not going to see for 3 months.
Yeah.
Fill you in on the backstory of the last 365 days prior to this episode.
Of course, depends on what version of Netflix you have. Doesn't the base version of Netflix all run ads now through all the shows?
I don't think they even have that base version anymore. I think they eliminated it.
Oh, did they? I dropped off of Netflix last year, so I don't know.
I still use Netflix. I definitely don't get ads, but
yeah, I don't get ads either. I finally dropped WWE Network because they still had it as a standalone service and not as Peacock. And here,
offering anymore.
That's a big deal.
Well, you'll watch for the documentaries, right? Where do you think I get my inspiration for my history videos, man? It's like the documentary video said that, so I'm gonna turn it into a toy thing, kayfabe with Lawrence, and then turn around and script something.
Because my buddy, who I was using his WWE login, basically when it switched over to Peacock, he switched over to Peacock and got rid of WWE. Sucked for me because I was just watching I'd gotten through 1996. I was almost all the way through 1997, because they had just uploaded all those years finally. And I was like, ooh, yeah.
Wait, of Raw or what?
Of Raw, yeah.
Dude, going through individual episodes of Raw, that's a long. I mean, don't get me wrong. If it's the Attitude Era, it's worth it, right?
I'm currently going through 2022, Ken.
Say what?
Currently going through 2022.
Wow, that's right. I forgot you're a big wrestling fan, Aaron. I think Ed's the only one here who's fair weather on wrestling.
Well, Bud's here too.
I didn't used to be. There was a time where I stopped watching.
Oh, it was because Bud was silent for a bit, like he had his camera, his thing muted. So
2001, probably until I think I watched WrestleMania 39, and it was just because Stone Cold was there.
I
yeah.
followed probably from like, I can't really say that I heavily followed in '89, but it came on right after He-Man did on Sundays on USA. It wasn't Raw at the time, but it was Superstars. Right? So I was watching WWE, I could catch that for a bit right before bedtime after He-Man aired Sunday nights. And then it was, I continued to watch, and then I would catch WCW on Saturdays, through the 90s right after, Saturday morning cartoons and stuff, and like WW All-Stars. Well, at the time it was just WWF.
I was watching like AWA and stuff like that as a kid, so it wasn't like ESPN when they used to run wrestling.
Well, then, when the Attitude Era started ramping up, I was going over to my buddy's house every Monday night to watch Raw because we didn't have cable after that. We got cable cut in '93. So I was going over.
The best thing was that you could record Raw or watch Raw and record WCW.
Yeah. See, here in Canada, they aired Nitro on Tuesday on TSN, which is perfect. So I had 2 nights worth of wrestling. So, by the way, anyone know which version of Batman this is? I don't think it's the Hush version, is it?
No. It's the Japanese.
It's
it's right there.
Manga Batman.
It's a manga Batman. Yeah.
Okay, so manga Batman. Okay.
Nolan said it right here. Manga Batman.
So what?
Nolan said it.
Oh,
right here.
Nolan. Thank you, Nolan. Sorry, again, I can't see the chat. Sorry about that, Nolan.
I just saying he just approved of our calling it manga Batman.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
The 12-inch one the 7-inch manga Batman looks pretty good too.
I feel so cheeky here, like sitting here, like pricing things, and people just be like, "Stop being a scalper, Ken."
You're not scalping though; it's a legitimate business for you. You get tables at shows, you sell. You are a vendor.
Price for it. You can expect your return.
Yep.
And then you turn around and you buy more crazy expensive awesome stuff.
Oh, okay. So you know how I got that Visionaries Dagger Assault, right? The big one. So because it's such a holy grail, because the toy shows, they're only a couple times a year here, at least the big ones. And I was actually mulling over which 87 Powers of Grayskull dinosaur I wanted. Was it Triceratops? No. Bionatops. Sorry, I'm mixing it up with Dino Riders right now. Bionatops and Turbodactyl were both there complete, but I really wanted Tyrannosaurus, but the gun was broken. I'm like, I was trying to decide, and somebody showed up with a Dagger Assault. It's like, you want to buy this? And I'm sitting there like, I completely forgot about the Powers of Grayskull stuff.
Most people didn't even know it existed to begin with, so you're good.
I know, but I'm sitting there like, it's like, so while the shows are getting less and less here, the ones that exist are getting bigger to the point that like you're getting like these grails on top of grails. And that same booth had an Eternia complete with an unbroken track. He sold his first one. He was selling his second. So the booth that I got they
raided this farm.
Yeah,
what's the thing, right? Like the sealed Mr. T and the sealed Brave Star I got from that booth with the 87 Powers of Grayskull, right? Unfortunately, they didn't have a voodoo doll of a Punk with Toys or anything to that degree, so I'm still searching for my grail. So,
which Mr. T did you get sealed?
Well, you can take the Valaverse Sarge's head, place it on a Wolverine body,
Yep.
you're
Oh,
pretty much
yeah.
covered.
Yes. Yes.
Which
Guys, I'm
sealed
gonna
Mr.
refill
T
my
did you get,
coffee.
Ken?
I'll be back.
Alrighty.
Say what?
What sealed Mr. T did you get?
Oh, this one.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
The league one. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have the whole set loose with no weapons or anything.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
A friend
So-
gave it to me. They were his from childhood. Mine from childhood didn't survive.
So I turned around, sold some NECA turtle stuff, and walked over and grabbed that as soon as that was done. I'll never forget because I dropped the $50 bill on the floor from that sale, and then somebody tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Sorry, you dropped money." And I'm like,
Wow.
"Oh, dude,
Nice.
if you ever need anything from my booth, I will probably give it to you for free at this point."
Yeah, that's nice at a show. Anybody would pick that $50 bill up.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
still have my
Tim just sells the stuff at shows so he can buy more stuff for himself. So that's
one way to fund it, I guess.
He breaks it. He breaks even, right?
Depends who you ask. If is the RSP college fund full, I absolutely smashed it and made a ton. If like someone who wants inside baseball knowledge on how much cash you're carrying in hand, no, I spent it all. Right. I remember, Ed, I don't think you saw me in the hallway. I was terrified the morning that I went to Steve's room because he was late for the Saturday of the Joe Fest show.
Yeah.
So I was the only one who had a spare key. So I grabbed his 2 debit card machines and his change jar with the cash inside. Now, I didn't know he'd taken a bunch of the cash out. I just grabbed it and ran down. Normally, if I'm going to do that, I come with somebody so they can kind of watch my back in case I get clubbed in the head carrying, 2 debit machines and a big like case full of cash and float. Usually I come walk with some protection, but that time I was terrified, right? So yeah.
It's Georgia, not the hood.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, outside that Marriott, if you get outside the parking lot of that Marriott, it's questionable in Augusta, Georgia.
Yeah, that's why I didn't take the outside route to the back. I literally took the elevators that time. So
I'm back, refilled up my coffee up a little bit, and came outside and decided we could have the clubhouse choir. The crickets.
Probably sound better than my background TV.
Oh, was that your TV and not your sister?
It sounded like your sister, bud.
That's fine.
I'm saying.
It's both.
Well, I mean, if Angie was going to sing, I'm sure it would be fine.
Yeah. Tell her to sing for us.
She can sing.
We want proof. Tell her to sing.
Hey, Ange, sing.
Huh?
Sing.
No.
It was a beautiful song, Ange. Thank you.
No. Wasn't even a hesitation in that.
We'll see if maybe she wants to do it for if we can get some super chats on Saturday. We'll see if we can get Ange to sing for it.
There you go.
She sings fairly decent. I ain't doing it for them.
She can sing very deep, very decent, but she ain't doing it for you guys.
Well, that's not very nice of her. We'll give her a super chat.
Rude. Well, consider that a non-free membership to Osley fans.
She just had an edible and gave me one, so maybe in a bit.
That's the perfect time to sing.
Feelers.
Oh,
This
he
is,
just showed up.
me, on the other hand, I am very tone deaf, so I cannot sing.
Yeah. Like, he can't carry a tune in a bucket with a lid on it.
That was mean.
That was rude. What's up, Brick?
That was rude.
What's going on, Brick? It's Clubhouse Light tonight, essentially. Get a little preview for the weekend.
And it does take 5 people to replace Travis because no one can put music together like he does with his kid's drum set and a harmonica in his
Say I have you.
Yeah.
I did get Sarge this last week. I haven't.
The Marauders, Sarge?
Yeah. I want You know.
Oh yeah, the classified one.
Yeah.
I like that one with the blue shirt.
I was a little
That's cool.
worried that I wasn't going to get the Spirit and Low Light because I didn't pre-order them, and then they put them back up because it showed sold out.
Yeah.
For,
Well, they're on the Big Bad store too now.
Yeah, but they
Ah.
showed sold out for like 3
Yeah.
weeks, and I was like, well,
I wish
crap.
they weren't in a 2-pack because I really just want Spirit. I don't care about Low Light. That Spirit looks awesome.
Well,
Secret Wars,
you go
Woody
without the
and
bird?
Spidey sold out everywhere before I could get them.
Oh, of course that was going to happen. Jesus.
What, the black suit Spidey?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They'll be-
I need both of
they'll be
those.
retail. They'll be at retail. You'll be able to
Yep.
find them.
Hopefully, my retail sucks.
Yeah, mine too.
I can never
Yeah.
find the good ones when I'm looking at my
I
retail.
guarantee you, once they go for pre-order on like Target or Walmart,
Yeah.
you'll be able to find it.
The only one I really, really got to have is the Captain America. I like the Iron Man and the Spider-Man. And
Well, it's very
Wolverine
classic Iron Man.
just because
You
of
know.
the Secret Wars attachment. But that Captain
Well,
America looks awesome.
And the Captain America with the broken shield. That's
Yeah.
the broken shield part would be cool, but the rest of it I don't need.
Yeah,
I liked the series, but it wasn't. Those figures back then, it just didn't do anything for me.
well, it's the callback to those classic looks for those characters of that time that I really like. I love that dark brown and orange kind of Wolverine.
They don't have any movie figures to do, so they got to fill that space with something else.
Well, when I was a kid, my brother and my cousin, who were all around the same age, we all got the Secret Wars and the Superpowers figures all that year for Christmas. So it was just a superhero,
and they were similar scaled too. So
that old fashioned.
Superpowers was more my thing, but
I had all the superpowers except for the Hall of Justice. That was the only thing I didn't have.
I think I had like 3 or 4 of them, but I didn't have a whole lot. But I had like a Flash. Because I remember squeezing
Superpowers was awesome.
The Superpowers had the articulation, and they had like the features, right? Like they had action features. Whereas the Secret Wars were just basically
5
a little bit better than Bendy's, right?
Yeah.
5 POA figures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and they looked cool. They looked good, but they weren't that great. It wasn't until Toy Biz took over doing the Marvel figures that they started to be able to really compete with Superpowers.
There was a big, dry spell of Marvel stuff once Mego started this pocket-sized superheroes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, with Mego and then Secret Wars, and what was after that? Or
nothing until Toy Biz.
You're right. There was like 5-6 years with nothing. You're right.
Yep.
Those Toy Biz, I bought the crap out of the X-Men line.
Yeah, when they first started hitting, oh man.
I mean, I still have a Daredevil on card, but it's the '90s Daredevil.
The '90s, the armored looking one. Yeah.
I have the Bishop Chase figure with the alternative. I think he had an alternative head or something, right?
And I have a light up Gambit. I have a light up Gambit on card.
Oh, that's
that honestly, because that was the better looking of the 2 Gambits.
Yeah.
Yep.
They started to get into the more sculpted detail after that. It was funny, like
12-inch figures. I don't even know where the hell those are currently. But
I remember when they first came out, and everybody was just so blown away by the articulation. And now people talk about the old Marvel Legends and how crappy the articulation was. It's like
right. Well, it was such a scale up from everything else that they were doing because towards the end of their run, they were getting kind of McFarlane-esque, right? Like they were giving us higher sculpts, but less. Like it was more like the apocalypse that came with the Onslaught wave. Like you finally get this giant hulking Apocalypse figure, but he's pre-posed and you can't do jack shit with him.
But that was also during the time when we were getting Total Justice, which were ultimately statues.
Yeah, like action figures were very quickly turning into statues. And a lot of that started because of McFarlane. McFarlane was doing high-end sculpting, limited articulation, and that's what people were getting towards.
Some of those early Spawn figures are rough.
Oh, man. I had so many of those Spawn figures. I mean, I just displayed them. I never did anything with them because they were just statues. But they looked good on a
Series 1 Spawn.
Stand them.
I mean, you couldn't even stand them, and they didn't have pegs, so you couldn't exactly put them on a stand.
I never had a
Well,
problem.
the
standing
original
mine, but-
Violator was just bendable.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah, don't I have that somewhere?
Mine were mostly the actual, just different variations of Spawn, though. So I didn't have a lot of the other
Yeah.
characters. And Spawn always had that huge foot that was easy to stand him up with.
Yeah, because it was like
I
a
had
peg.
the Wetworks. I had the Young
Yeah,
Blood
Wetworks.
figures,
Oh yeah, I forgot about those. Yep.
Bad Rock.
Yeah, it was all the Image stuff.
Yeah,
They even had limited run Savage Dragon.
Oh yeah, Savage Dragon. That's right.
yeah. I had the Wildcats Playmates figures. Those were decent.
Yeah, well, it's because it was Playmates. Playmates always tried to stay true to the play features, right? That's
I still
cool,
watch that
Brent.
cartoon on Tubi, the Wildcats.
God,
Yeah, they got it on there.
it is hell trying to tell the different Batmans apart.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Mr. Freeze series, Dark Knight Vale series with the Bane Bath parts.
That's why he makes such long titles for
Yeah.
all of them, so you can
the Batman version, the Pattinson one, Multiverse Flash, all sitting in the same lot. I mean, it's trying to tell these apart while searching online when you're not really a true I mean, I love Batman comics, but I'm not really a Batman collector other than the one.
Somebody had enough of Todd's shit.
Oh my god, what a pain!
They're
researching
probably
all this.
selling all those to pay for the Kickstarter of the new medieval
right.
Spawn.
That's exactly.
Oh god, probably yeah.
I mean,
Or else they're
I'm not
buying
a
this
big.
$100 Batman from Mofex.
Ooh, Batgirl,
It's a beautiful one.
Batgirl.
You know what's funny? We knew somebody who was looking for that up until recently too. Ken could have had you a guaranteed sale. Highly
really?
in Dread. He was in the chat earlier. He'd been looking for that, but he just got her.
Yeah, I don't have the build a figure piece though.
I don't know that he was worried about the build a figure piece because he wanted that. That's the Batgirl Alicia Silverstone, right?
Yes.
I couldn't see because you're small. But yeah, he was looking for that to go with his Batman Forever, Val Kilmer Bat and Robin, because their costumes all looked very distinct, right? Whereas when you get the Batman and Robin, all their costumes looked very uniform. So hers stands out against the other
Yeah,
two,
hers don't
making
have
it look.
Yeah.
Everybody
I've got
else is
the, Got the
I'm
Uma
just
Thurman
saying.
version of Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
Hey, that's good Poison Ivy though. That'll go.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all fetching a pretty penny on eBay right now. So
Well, it's because they all just recently came out, like within the last year?
Yeah.
So they're still kind of in demand.
5, 6 months, yeah.
But they don't make
So,
as many Poison Ivies and Batgirls as they do Batman. So
No, McFarlane
No.
can't
Yeah.
sell.
He doesn't. He tries to avoid female figures at all possible.
she's a pricey
Well,
one.
it's because Todd consults Tony before everything. We know Tony hates diversity.
That's
Jesus, she's the priciest one. I didn't want to get it. I didn't want to get into it.
I knew it.
It's going to take off money because it has missing the bath piece, which may be.
No, I know. I'm looking at loose ones right now.
Oh, loose. There you go. At
Yeah,
least
they're-
yours is a step up with the box.
Yeah, they're 45 US loose.
Oh, that's not bad.
Some are going for 65 loose.
Well,
Anyway.
he sells them for what? 20, 21 in
No,
store?
yeah, I don't know. what's
That
going
would
on.
have been $21.99 probably.
21 to 25, depending, but the bath ones are 25.
Yeah.
But that's new retail, right? If they've been out for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
McFarlane doesn't, for the most part, most of McFarlane stuff goes down in value, not up.
Yeah. There's the odd one here, like Poison Ivy or the Dark Knight Bale that go up. But the
Any
rest
of the
of it,
ones that tend to be like, like.
no,
female
I got a
figures
good
like
enough deal on it that I
Starfire.
wasn't paying retail anyway on this. But he was like,
Yeah.
take it or leave it because by the weekend it won't be here. I'm like, fine. So I met him on my lunch break and just stepped out. Told the guys I'm not meeting you for lunch today. I'm doing a thing. I'm like, doing a drug deal again, Ken? I'm like, sure. Call it.
Gotta go out behind the shop to the garage. Be back in a
I
minute.
gotta go
But-
get some plastic crack to sell to a bunch of fiends this weekend.
Call it plastic crack for a reason.
Yeah.
Oh,
The warehouse store that's probably like 20 minutes from my house, and it's like It's 2 minutes from my parents' house, so I stop there
Yeah.
when I go over there. They just got an ass load of McFarland in. It's all sitting at like $12.
You know what's funny though? I never see McFarlane at Ollie's.
I don't think that's part of the contract of what they
Yeah.
can sell it
The
on.
warehouse that the one that's by my house is my parents' house is Amazon warehouse. So
Yeah.
it's leftover stuff from Amazon.
Right. Yeah, and that's what Ollie's does. They buy the warehouse clearance,
Yeah.
but they're not buying warehouse clearance from like Walmart or warehouse clearance from Target. They buy warehouse clearance from Hasbro, from Mattel, direct.
I think this is from the Ostriker.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. You had it loose or just on its own. All right. Cool.
Is Ollie still flush with Origins snout spokes?
No, unfortunately, they are not.
No.
But if you want another Battle Armor He-Man or a Clamp Champ, I got you.
Yeah.
Or if you
Clamp Champ-
really want some extra body parts, they've got a ton of Ric Flair right now from WWE Superstars, which means you could get a ton of bathrobes for super cheap.
Nice.
I know I definitely want to get Mo Hammed Ali.
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
I don't think Ali will show up there.
Well, no. I'm just saying, like in general, from that line.
Well, I will see if I can find one. I do know I saw one a while ago and I didn't pick him up, and I've been kicking myself since. But
Yeah. The Always Here has that Clamp Champ for $16, and I'm just like, you know what? You can just sit. I'll just wait till you go to clearance.
Yeah, because on Snout Spout, I want the harness for my Frogmonger, and then an extra tank. I want to modify and attach to the back of my Origins
Stinkor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like his tanks would look good on a Stinkor figure.
Mm-hmm. And then the rest of
But,
it's just body fodder.
Yeah, I just have not seen. I haven't seen anything new Masters of the Universe at Ollie's in a long time. They've still got Battle Cats and Panthers, but they're only like they're $20, you know, and it's like, you know, I picked up my extra one back when Battle Cat was going down for 10.
Yep. Well, Amazon had them for like $8.97 at one point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I bought Connor his sets, they were $8.99.
Yeah.
I got him Battle Armor He-Man, Battle Armor Skeletor for $15 each, and then I got him Battle Cat and Panther for like $10 each. So it's like I had a really hard time going to Ollie's and being like, well, it's $20, but I was like, I don't need another one. I've already got 2 Battle Cats from Battlefield Warriors. I've got 2 regular Battle Cats, and then on top of that, I also have, you know, Panther, and then I've got an extra saddle for Panther because I gave back before you could find flocked Panther at Walmart. When they were first showing up, I only found one, and I got it for my buddy Corey because he wanted the fuzzy kitty, but he didn't need the saddle. And he mainly wanted it because they did the flocking of the toe beads, so he could push on the toe beads, and they were fuzzy.
Is that the 66 Batman and Robin, Ken?
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out like it's just the set. It's the 2 of them.
Yeah.
It's the Mattel 66 set. Yeah.
Oh, those goes a pretty good price.
Do they?
Yeah,
$11.50 apparently.
Really?
Are they going that low now? McFarlane must have killed.
Oh no, that was an auction. I guess it ended at a bad time. The Batman alone goes for $14.
Yeah.
Well, considering he's loose, you know.
Yeah.
They were going for a lot more though before McFarlane started putting them back out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be it too. Because, and it's funny, Todd's put out like every other version of it than just a straight.
Well, he did the
66.
straights at the very beginning, and then that was it. He released them one time, and that was it. So,
Well, it's smart business sense, I suppose.
I can't wait till he releases the 66 Batmobile for the 7-inch figures, because that means it'll fit a 6-inch figure. Good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks for letting me sit here and like ID stuff so cheekishly, like judgment free and everything.
Oh, you're fine.
You know.
I think we're going to kill
man.
the stream anyway, but we can all hang out in the back room for a little while if everybody wants to. I got to show you guys something anyway. So everybody, thank you for coming in and joining us. Travis and I should be back together next week if his work schedule allows it. He's got a lot of projects going on, so he's been kind of busy. So appreciate everybody hanging out. And anybody want to promote anything before we go?
Yes, we've got The Frenzy airing this Thursday. Since it's a once a month show now, once we know that date, I got to take every opportunity to advertise for it. This Thursday, catch me on The Frenzy, Skelevator's channel, where we're actually just going to be taking and fielding a lot of questions from the audience, and we're going to be asking questions to the audience. So be prepared for that. That's going to be really cool. Then, of course, this Friday, there's going to be Let's Go Off Worlds, and I believe this is a week I will be on because last week I was not. It's like every other week they do an off week, so it's the Let's Go Off World 2.0. So I'll be jumping in on that Friday night, and then you'll catch all these amazing, beautiful people again with me on Saturday night at the clubhouse.
Maybe if I can stay awake.
Well, you know what? We haven't done coffee, so maybe we can throw on a club. I'll be crazy this week. I'll do Thursday, Friday, Saturday morning, and Saturday night. Why not?
Awesome.
All right.
I missed coffee and the clubhouse sessions, so I felt bad. So, coming on tonight and crossing off the Action Figs appearance off the refrigerator list there.
All right, guys. Everybody, thanks. Have a good night, everyone. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Take care.
See you.
Let your toys breathe, do this. Toys on the desk, it's the new habitat. Toyleet takeover, we're loving that.